love me one more time. Hey.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, we're here, you know. Let me say good morning to all our viewers and our listeners. We're here. Give us 2 minutes and our live stream will come up. Let me say good morning to we up? Nice. Let me say good morning to the Muslim religions. And of course, good morning to Trinidad, Tobago and the world listening to us on the Street 919 FM.
I'll be here. I'm gonna stay right here.
Let me say good morning to my family, my husband, children, my grandchildren, my mother, my daughters-in-law. Good morning to Bruce and his entire family, Antonio Telemac and his entire family. Let me say good morning to all and sundry, wherever you are, in your bed, on the road, wherever you are this morning, in work. Good morning. It's Friday morning in Trinidad and Tobago. 5:24 a.m. is the time. Today is the 15th of June, 2018. Number, I hope the lines, the phone lines, I could call out the numbers. You sure?
Let me
try.
Good time. Oh, yeah. For the good time. Lay your head. Lay your head on my pillow. Oh, this is one time, girl. One time. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Oh, baby.
Boy, when people don't listen, it's a bad thing, yes? Anyhow, Trinidad and Tobago, back to the normal yesterday. 5:25 a.m. All right, so we will go into the Express at this time.
One more time.
And when we give out the numbers, we'll do one set of calling.
For the good times. For the good times. And here's what you ought to do. Lay your head. On.
Yes. So headlines in the Express this morning. Marlene falls ill. World Cup fever, a joyful day for Muslims. And those are the headlines. So, violence is not Islam. The violence and brutality committed by persons identifying themselves as Muslims is not reflective of the message, teachings, and principles of Islam. The stolen life of Eric Garnish. The violent and untimely death of 18-year-old Eric Garnish was not supposed to happen, says Pastor Alester Bowler. Music, please, DJ. Marlene hospitalized. Government Minister Marlene McDonald yesterday fell ill at the Diplomatic Center, St. Anne's, and was rushed by ambulance to the Port of Spain General Hospital. And I was talking to somebody last night, and they asking me, so why Port of Spain? I want people to know something, Understand this. The general hospitals are well equipped to look after any illness. So sometimes when you go to the private institution, they send you straight back to the general hospitals, and whether it be San Fernando, Port of Spain, Mount Hope, wherever, they send you right back there. So at that time, I think the best suggestion was to go to the Port of Spain General Hospital, where she was stabilized and sent to the Mount Hope Hospital. Right? Unlike the things that happen, we have some of the best equipments in the hospital. It's just that people they abuse it and do what they want with it. Yeah?
So true.
So, attack on Double's vendor family, saying they have instructions to kill 3 men tied up a Freeport couple and rob them at gunpoint on Wednesday night. Lord Father, the World Cup frenzy begins. Germany is the favorite, France is the dark horse, Belgium is the one to watch. Let's talk sex education in schools, says SAT. The Association of Denominational Boards of Education has called on the Ministry of Education to pay outstanding debts and to have dialogue on all major decisions. Including the introduction of sex education in schools. Start to be mad. Pay up our debts. I telling all you. Anyhow, let me go to the break. Come back. And when we come back, I'll go tell all you something. So I told you good, yes? We'll be back.
TheStreet919FM.com.
Nicole Huggins and Associates of Health with Lifestyles, located at number 254 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, invigorates both mind and body with energy products such as natural womb cleanse, earth source, nature's force, rawlicious delights, and eco-friendly products. Remember, your health is your wealth. So join us on the Street 91.9 FM every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Numbers to call 2219874 or 2881108. Remember, your health is your wealth. Prevention is always better than medication.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives the churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
We are come to change nothing on the street. We just adding something to the pavement. We cater for everyone. So, from Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m., a sports talk show from the sidelines. That is what we calling the show, From the Sideline.
Oh my God, an insane goal!
Well, there's the link.
The Live Wire. Who? Jason Shields. Yes, the Live Wire. You used to know me as the director, now as the Live Wire. Me and Johnny and me. All sports, local, international, real talk, old talk, sports talk. You can't get nowhere else but From the Sideline. This Sunday, June 3rd, 2 to 4 in the afternoon on the 919.
Oh, game over! Game over! Better vision for your physical eyes, and through the eyes of faith, let healing arise in your mind, body, and spirit. At Natural Heal Ministries, we teach kingdom principles for living that brings the blessing of God to your mind, body, and soul.
NHM Professional Associates are located at number 10 Moody Stewart Street, Monrepos, San Fernando. For more info, contact Dr. Desmond Phillip at NHM on 349-3494. NHM Associates can be heard live on the Street 919 FM every other Wednesday from 12:05 to 12:55 p.m.
It's finally here, the all-new state-of-the-art party boat, the Sea Champion. It's now sailing the beautiful waters of South Trinidad. This boat is one of a kind, spacious, classy, and consists of 2 decks, equipped with a fully stocked bar, state-of-the-art sound system with your favorite DJs. Have you ever been to No Man's Island on the Southern Peninsula? Well, now is your opportunity to experience this. Remember, it's exclusive. Only the Sea Champion can take you there. Only the Sea Champion can take you there. So, people of South Trinidad, it's time to party with class on board the all-new Sea Champion. Call now and inquire about our fantastic island packages, ideally suited for party promoters, churches, and other organizations. Call us now on 361-0560, 683-9772, or 281-4723. We are waiting. The Sea Champion. Dare to be different.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Titans of Democracy and Mummy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM presents Big People Party. Big People Party. On Sunday, 8th July, on board the luxurious Sea Champion, boarding by the Breakfast Shed in Port of Spain from 1 p.m., sailing at 2 p.m., and returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, Antics The Experience, and many more street DJs. Tickets cost only $100 and are available at the street office, 56A Maraval Road, or call Sharon Felix at 726-4685. Mummy Sauce in Mova Junction at 753-2175. Or Louise in Faizabad at 354-8654. Village at 379-3728. You can also call for delivery. Remember, wear your Titans t-shirt and come. No glass bottles or oversized coolers allowed. The Titans of Democracy, Mummy Sauce, and Street 919 FM. Big People Party. Oh, what a night.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
919, the official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
Hey, just in case you didn't know, every morning on the Street 919 FM, taking Sharon and Bruce Wayne, the Titans of Democracy. That's the morning show.
And now for the reading of the daily newspapers.
Alright, so Trinidad and Tobago and the world by extension, we are back. And before we went to the break, I read for you, Let's Talk Sex Education in Schools, says SAT. And SAT went on to say, well, I'm reading what is published in the Express. He said the Association of Denominational Boards of Education has called on the Ministry of Education to pay outstanding debts and to have a dialogue on all major decisions, including the introduction of sex education in schools. Following a meeting on Wednesday, the Association of Denominational Boards stated that since March 2017, all denominational schools and some government schools have not received its direct funding. Public Relations Officer Satnarayan Maharaj stated that the allocation of all denominational and some secondary schools for maintenance and minor equipment has not been paid. He stated that the association was calling on the ministry to remedy the situation immediately.
Stop. I'll stop in here. You know, to make a bacchanal because you ain't get whatever little funding, right? But you see it fit. You want funding. You want the funding that
from the government.
But the government cannot send somebody to work by you without you prejudicing them. Okay, just you could go ahead now if you want to.
I leave it there, no, because
good, yes.
And you want sex education all of a sudden in school. as part of the Health and Family Life Education curriculum.
But do you know that sex education can only be taught from a certain age? You know that they don't teach it at a very tender age, right? It's from a certain age.
Bruce?
Oh, just saying, I don't know.
I don't care who government in office. I don't care who government in office. But you can't want me to give you funding and I cannot have a say. That is madness.
Of course.
My money and I can't have a say? No, man, you look for your own money elsewhere. I'm sorry to say that this morning. Really sorry to say it.
Even a man gain his woman his salary, he could still tell she, Miss Lady, you have to give me money to go to work or no? Okay.
I don't understand. Businessman gunned down outside food outlet. A 33-year-old businessman was shot and killed by thieves in Aruka on Tuesday. I don't know now. Skull and dry bones fall, you know. Sometimes when we see people all over the place walking, picking out their hair, dragging on the ground and all kind of thing, some of these things that stem from when you do people wrong and interfere with people and they put light on all you. People in this country all of a sudden don't want to work for their money. They don't want to go out and do an honest day's work for an honest salary. So as a man work hard for what he wants, you just come just so and kill him. People be going crazy in this place, you know. Some of us, we fighting for work. Oh, we ain't getting nothing. You get your employment, you ain't coming to work. You coming to work when you feel.
No, we don't say that.
You're doing what you want.
You're working to rule.
To rule and all kind of thing. I don't understand. If my salary is $8,000, $10,000, $9,000 a month, my work is Monday to Friday, or even Saturday, I go into work. You must have your casual time or whatever, however time. Some people, how you call it, contracted workers, you don't have casual days. You might have sick leave and your holidays. But you don't want to go to work. And then all they just cry, we ain't getting nothing.
But Charlotte has some of we finishing work after we sign in.
Thank you.
And then we want to talk about, I want to do this and I want to do that. Or if a day you have to spend more than an hour a day, there's bacchanal, or you have things to do and all them sort of nonsense. Look how they get to the damn program.
We can't go in no other country and behave like that, you know.
Don't go in any other country.
We leaving here, we going and lining up in line properly. We're following all the instructions, not here. They want to jump line. This one figure, I can't wait, I must go in front of you. And all kind of thing.
China, that's when we
they ain't taking a day home.
We ain't want too much attention come to here.
No. Not a day home. Every day it's thunderstorm, lightning. They outside going to work. Not here. All they do well. Anytime I ain't go to work or I ain't come to work, bet your bottom dollar, I really ain't feeling good. Or something stop me. Fallout from judge's drunk driving charge. High Court Judge Kevin Ramcharan has recused himself from presiding over a trial in which the families of 3 people who were killed by police in Moruga 7 years. Why he recused himself? Right, okay, let me read it over. High Court Judge Kevin Ramcharan has recused himself from presiding over a trial in which the families of 3 people who were killed by police in Moruga 7 years ago are seeking compensation from the state. The reason for him stepping down was because the attorney who is fighting the case on behalf of the families is also one of the attorneys representing him, at the magistrate's court on a recent charge of drinking under the influence of alcohol. Driving, sorry.
You had some of what?
I look some. Oh, I need some. Anyway, I want to put it. When the trial came up for hearing at the Hall of Justice in Port of Spain on Thursday, Justice Ramcharan informed attorneys he has decided to remove himself from further presiding over the case, as there would be a conflict of interest if he were to continue doing so. At the hearing, Justice Ramcharan was scheduled to deliver his ruling, but with the recusal, it means that the matter would have to start afresh before another judge. Wow.
I mean, that is the professional thing to do. I'm not against him at all.
I am against him, but you know, High Court Judge Justice Ramcharan makes his way to the Port of Spain.
It's kind of hard on the people, right, who in the case to have to go through the whole process all over again. But then the right thing is the right thing, and he's doing the right thing here. So people, we can't really be too upset with him.
But how come they didn't want to talk about him with the drunk driving thing? And so that is okay.
If it was my boy Archie.
No, well, I'm not going to say if he did give somebody a letter, alleged. If they did only say it's a letter he did give, or if they only say that he's a strange friend, you know, he's a strange friend, you know, probably they might have given him a slap on the wrist. Abducted, beaten woman rescued by Good Samaritan. An Enterprise woman who was abducted but jumped from a moving vehicle to save her life was rescued by a passerby on Wednesday night.
Is it?
Go back up, let me see. Right. According to police, the 24-year-old woman was walking along Street Enterprise around 9:30 p.m. when she was forced into a vehicle at gunpoint by a man known to her. The woman told police she was beaten about the body with the gun. Near Montrose Junction, the woman told police she jumped out of the moving vehicle but was pursued on foot by the attacker. It was at this time a passerby intervened, rescuing the woman from further harm. The attacker fled. The Good Samaritan drove the victim to the Chaguanas police station to make a report, and she was subsequently conveyed to the Mount Hope Hospital where she is warded. The police commended the brave action of the passerby, which resulted in the victim's rescue from further physical injury. Police have identified a suspect.
You know, we need to stop saying where the people are. Since the other day I was studying that.
And that going on for years. You
remember there was a story about a guy that got shot and was in the General Hospital, Port of Spain General Hospital, and when he opened his eyes, the people that shoot him was over him. We need to stop we need to stop doing that. You just see, and she was subsequently conveyed to a medical facility, full stop.
And that's it.
Right? Let us stop saying where the people are.
You remember a gentleman was shot, I think, on the Lady Young years ago, and he was in the hospital, and they went in the hospital and finished killing.
Yes.
And the man who did it was my real good friend, but he's dead now.
I remember that too. We need to be mindful as journalists, as media, how should I say, media fraternity. We need to be mindful of things like these. Or like you would say there was a drive-by shooting and so was shot, but he's in hospital in critical condition. No. He's in the Mount Hope Hospital in critical. No. You give any people information as to where to find the guy.
72 cases of elder abuse in 6 months. Between October 2017 and March 2018, there were 72 cases of elder abuse, 42 cases of abuse occurring in private homes, and 30 cases reported in elderly caregiving facilities in Trinidad and Tobago, says Dr. Jennifer Rouse, Director of the Division of Aging of the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. Dr. Rouse was delivering the feature address at the Victim and Witness Support Unit, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and the Woodbrook Police Station's World Elder Abuse Awareness Day event on June 9th, 2018 at Adam Smith Square in Woodbrook. The theme was for the event was Elder Abuse, the silent consequence of domestic violence, raising awareness and encouraging resilience and empowerment. These 72 cases of elder abuse equate to 12 cases per month. 1 case of abuse is too much. The ministry's OPEC Center, Older Persons Information Center, initially established as a referral facility, experienced an upsurge in the number of cases of complaints in elder abuse, Dr. Rouse said. Also delivering remarks was Mrs. Erla Christopher, Deputy Commissioner of Police, who indicated that between 2016 and 18, Of the 2,562 reports received, 21% were committed against persons 65 years and over. Assistant Superintendent of the Police Port of Spain Division, Discipline and Community Relations, Ellie, who also addressed the audience, urged that there is a need to learn the signs breaking the silence. He indicated that the TTPS will seek to increase visitation to homes for the elderly and collaborate with NGOs and agencies that have knowledge and experience in identifying signs of elder abuse. During the event, special homage was paid to 102-year-old Esther Waldron, 99-year-old, what's that? Auntie?
No, that is
Auntie Lane?
Yeah, Auntie Lane, yeah.
And Mrs. Lynette Dolly were also acknowledged. The United Nations General Assembly designated June 15th as World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. It represents the one day in the year when the whole world voices its opposition to the abuse and suffering inflicted to some of our older persons. And those are some of the headlines in the Express. And I can see we have a lot of abuse going on in society. Some people who figure that they can do things and no one will find out. But I always say, whatever you do, just remember that man above does, he know everything. And when one day reach, as a lady tell me, she say, and when one day reach, and you see he ready for you, make no mistake, you will pay. Because if it in there taking the people ID card, and it's a problem for them to get the ID card, not because somebody make you a nominee to go and collect or to change your check. You're not a nominee for the life. You're nominee to just collect the check and change it, and you're supposed to bring the people money. You see that? And I'm calling on the Ministry of Social Development. We had an exercise where you were putting the account, people's money, the senior citizens' money, into their bank account. Some people won't go in, and some up to now it can't reach. They need to make sure that all the person's money are going to the accounts. And then there will be no need for a nominee card.
So true. I find they should eliminate that, that nominee card.
Because people are being taken advantage on. I ain't come here to talk, about that, but if I get vexed, I go talk.
You come to talk about that,
right? Where we going in the Guardian?
Eid apologies, the headline on the Guardian, Papa.
What Eid apologizing for?
Eid, you see, this is it here, but it's not
Prime Minister must apologize?
Yeah, Papa, yeah.
Apologize for what?
Well, I'm going to see, because I don't want to know. I'm not going to say, what does the boss say again? I want to know.
Yes, listen. Today is not a day that I will want to get into something like that, But the headlines are there. As the Muslim community celebrates Eid al-Fitr, today are hoping that any greetings from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley will include an apology for what the community believes is all the false news and false information which has been put in the public domain about so-called carnival plot. Speaking to the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian yesterday, Muslims of Trinidad and Tobago PRO Imtiaz Mohammed said revelations by Kegan Rupchan that he was forced to go along with a so-called carnival terror plot that was scripted by the Jordanians raised serious questions the Prime Minister, as head of the National Security Council, must address. That carnival plot led to raids of mosques and homes and the detention of several Muslims for several days. But Mohammed said when the matter got to the DPP, there was not sufficient evidence to charge anybody. He said the Muslim community had said all along that the carnival plot was a hoax, because since then to now no real evidence had emerged to support the claim. He said the authorities had claimed their source of information for this threat came from the Roopchans in Jordan, and this is how they knew of the threat, declaring that people's lives were put at stake and that there was character assassination at the Roopchans, who also suffered intimidation, aggression, and hardship in Jordan. Mohammed said this was not something anyone would wish on their worst enemies. He urged the authorities to tell the truth, because I don't think they have been telling the truth all along. Mohammed who was among Muslim leaders who met with the Prime Minister in March after the so-called Carnival terror plot was revealed, said the Prime Minister had given the impression at the end of the meeting there would have been further discussions with the Muslim community. Instead, he said when the weapons were found in the Chaguanas Mosque recently, the Prime Minister chose to go on a political platform to link the weapons found to Carnival terror plot. He accused Rowley of being mischievous, careless, and reckless, and called on him to come out and apologize right away to the Muslim community for all the false news, all the false information put in the public space about Muslims. But head of the New El Islam Mosque in El Socorro, Imam Shiraz Ali, did not go as far as calling for an apology. Rather, he wants an investigation by local authorities into Roopchand's account of what happened in Jordan. He said it was very disturbing to have read such a harrowing account. While he had no way of verifying what Roopchand said was true, he said, it is certainly something that should be investigated. Asked whether he intended to write to the authorities on the matter, Ali said he is part of a Muslim round table which meets regularly with the Minister of National Security, and we will certainly use whatever power we have to request him to further investigate this matter and bring it to closure. The last meeting of the round table was in February, but Ali said there was an indication that it would meet every 3 months. Nafisa Mohammed, who was fired as a legal advisor in the office of the Prime Minister following the terror plot, and who also attended the meeting of Muslim leaders hosted by Dr. Rowley, said it was regrettable no further dialogue had taken place with the Muslim community since. Given Roopchand's account of what transpired in Jordan, she said she is hoping the Prime Minister will do all in his power to protect the sovereignty of the country and safeguard and protect the fundamental rights and freedoms of citizens. Roopchand's account, she said, seemed in contradiction with what the country had been told, and the issue must be investigated. Mohammed said what had emerged was a high level of Islamophobia, and that Muslim had been painted with a brush of terror, which must be addressed. Lord, you know, I really don't want to get into this today. Today is Eid. I don't want to do this today. I'll do this another day. Let me have respect for the religious and religious organization and the religion at this time. I will deal with that another day. Alright? A child cries out for love. Children wanting to be children cannot enjoy their childhood because they are being watched over by men holding guns. This was the disheartening revelation made by a 13-year-old girl at Wednesday night TNT Police Service town meeting at the Mango Rose Community Center in Port of Spain. The little girl who took to the microphone, open, let me see. The little girl who took to the microphone during the opening floor segment said the children in the community need some kind of love in Mango Rose. As a child, I do not like what is going on in Mango Rose. We could be in the yard and men sneaking up in the building watching over we. The children with guns and shooting over, she said. The boys playing football and they saying they're afraid they break glass and shooting over them. Oh, We in the court, they come shooting at us. A businessman who, after earning an associate degree in culinary arts, said he started his own business, said many times he is confronted by gunmen either when leaving very early on mornings or arriving home late at nights. He called for regular police patrols in the area, especially at nights, in a bid to keep the normal and hard-working residents safe. Acting Senior Superintendent of Port of Spain Division, Flores Hodge Griffith, in an immediate response, said her heart breaks to see people crying out to live and to go about their lives like normal people. She, however, added that whilst regular police patrols will not guarantee, we have to find a way that the people can live. I was there some time ago when there was shooting, and it was a hell of an experience. Very disheartening. But we are doing our part and would like to do more to ensure that youth have a better future. Well said, Mrs. Griffith. Moving along, a businessman shot dead. A 33-year-old man was shot outside the business by thieves in Akruka yesterday. He later succumbed to his injuries at the Eric Williams Medical Science Complex in Mount Hope.
See again? See where the man is.
Well, he succumbed to it, so. 4 sent to jail for Laventille killing. 4 men from Laventille have been sentenced to almost 84 years in prison for murdering an elderly neighbor during a home invasion in 2005. Judge recused self from police negligence case, yes. Prime Minister opposition leader call on citizens to unify. How can... I don't understand. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is expected to spend part of his Eid holiday today in the Southland. Good Samaritan helps in rescue, and that would have been the attack.
Jump out the car.
Prime Minister meets security heads on Monday. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley will on Monday meet with heads of all national security agencies at a National Security Council NSC meeting to discuss the country's crime situation. Trump pick for TNT says ISIS overshadows country. Donald Trump pick as ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago Joseph Mondelio has told the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee that if confirmed, he will seek help from federal agencies to reduce the rate of ISIS recruitment in Trinidad and Tobago. Carnival plot probe continuing. Young Minister in the Office of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs, Stuart Young, yesterday expressed skepticism about claims made by Sandy Grande resident Kagan Rupchan that the so-called Carnival plot was a scripted hoax. He was forced to recite by Jordanian security officials who tortured him. I tell you, I ain't dealing with that today. And thousands of dead fish wash up on La Brea Beach. I know that's a regular thing, but I really want to. All right. So today is Friday. Today is Bacchanal Friday, but oh Lord. So guys, we're going through the same process again like yesterday. Cheese and ages. When people don't hear it's a real bad thing, you know, boy. I don't know. 7954332 7954332 or 3402016 are the numbers to call. 7954332 or 3402016. Caller, morning.
A very pleasant good morning to you, Sharon.
Yes, Mr. Thomas.
A very pleasant good morning to you, Bruce Wayne.
Morning.
How are you all?
We are fine.
Fine.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. I'd like to say a prayer for your MP
Yes.
and your boss, Sharon.
Well, my MP is Terence Yalsing. My boss is Marlene McDonald.
Let us pray. Almighty and everlasting God, our Heavenly Father, we bring before you this day your servant, your child, Miss Marlene McDonald. Whatever illness she may be suffering from, dear God, we ask you, we beseech you to touch her from the top of her head to the sole of her feet. And Heavenly Father, make her well again to be with those whom she loves. Dear God, stretch forth your right hand of healing upon her, and may the blood of our Lord Jesus Christ cover her from the top of her head to the sole of her feet. Lord God, you are the greatest of all healers in the world. We bring before you this day your servant Marlene, your child, and we know that your right hand of healing will touch her to all parts of her body. May the doctors continue to give her the help that she needs, and we pray that the hands of the doctors will be able to heal her. But dear God, we know that you will do everything in your name to assist our sister, your child, Miss Marlene McDonald. Dear God, we know that whatever we ask for in your name, you will grant our requests. Dear God, have mercy upon her and strengthen her, and give her the strength and the courage to be well again in no other name but in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Yes, Miss New Village.
Yes, my dear.
Morning.
Greetings to you, my dear. All God's blessing. Thank God for you being able to come out this morning, do its holiday. And to Booswin, you and your family, all God's blessing. As we face this new day, I like the stand that you take with that situation. You will deal with it another day. That's good thinking. And we give God thanks for life. So as He has awakened us this morning, let us commit the day into His hands. Let us commit our family, neighbors, and friends, even our foes we have to pray for. And let us pray for the management of the station. As you know, I'm Mr. Ira George and the management of the station, and for the government of the country. And especially, I agree with Mr. Thomas this morning as we agree in prayer that Mr. McDonald will have a speedy recovery. Sharon, I know what it is to have a low sugar level. It happened to me once. Doctor just can't even say what caused it. But it's out of this world. So I know she's going to be all right. We take authority, we declare and we decree no weapon formed against her will prosper. And God is going to rise her up that she could be able to do the work of the country. In the name of Jesus, we pray with thanksgiving this morning. Amen. To everyone, love Tobago, Trinidad, everybody love. Have a nice and a blessed morning.
Thank you very much, Miss New Village.
Morning, Village.
Hey. Blessed morning, the Trinidad and Tobago, and the world by extension. Miss Felix, good morning.
Morning, Village.
Miss Felix, if you have a business and you wanted to flourish it, and to advertise? And I say that to say, if the business is guns and ammunition and you ain't create no war, how you expect to get things to sell? So people will be asking themselves where Rasta City and Muslim City come out from. But I want to tell you, opposition leader, this morning, every time a murder happens in this country, I hold you responsible because we are putting things in place to ensure that it could have a deterrence. And you, our Lord, you say crime is not on the sea, it's on the land of God.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Tobago. Morning, everybody. And let's pray for Marlene McDonald to
safely and back on the job. I'm agreeing with Mr. Thomas this morning with New Village. Love to everybody. Mommy Sauce, wake up this morning. Zina, you get up yet? Patrick, good morning. Mr. Thomas, good morning. Morning, everybody is on zeros. Mr. Malcolm, to Mr. Ranto, everybody, Bonnie Garden. Love to everybody. Sharon, morning to you again. Morning, everybody. I jumped on getting this morning as I go.
Okay. Caller, good morning.
Yes, everybody, to you, Sharon.
Morning.
I'm going to say Trinidad and Tobago. Morning, my brother.
Morning, brother. Morning.
I'm a friend director, my father-in-law, Mommy Sauce, with David Martin, Miss Barton, everybody, a blessed morning. This morning feeling so good. That energy, I wish it spread throughout the country. I usually love God at this thing. I saw you have a few people that bless me.
Yeah, man.
All right. Mr. Archer?
Good morning.
Well, you have 30 seconds or else you have to call me back after the break.
I will call back, my dear.
Okay, darling. All right. I see Mrs. Crosby. Mrs. Crosby, you know you have to call back after the break.
All right then, okay.
All right.
And give it, I can't remember the second number. I have it in my book, but I'm lazy for go get it.
All right, I'll call it back out.
Right.
All right, guys, we go into the break. We'll be back. Don't shift your dial.
TheStreet919FM.com.
We have come to change nothing on the street. We're just adding something to the pavement. We cater for everybody. So, from Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m., a sports talk show from the sidelines. That is what we're calling the show, From the Sideline.
Oh my God, an insane goal!
Well, there's the link.
Live Wire. Who? Jason Sheets. Yes, the Live Wire. You used to know me as the director. Now as the Live Wire. Me and Johnny and me. All sports, local, international, real talk, old talk, sports talk. You can't get nowhere else but From the Sideline. This Sunday, June 3rd, 2 to 4 in the afternoon on the 919.
Oh, game over! Game over!
Welcome to a place children dream about. A place parents love. A world full of family fun for everyone. Welcome to Kids City. On Sunday, July 8th, the Pleasantville Secondary School grounds will be transformed into Kids City, a zone packed full of entertainment with bouncy castles, rock climbing, mechanical bull, laser tag, zip lining, water slides, slip and slide, face painting, and all your favorite cartoon characters. Plus, live performances by The Boss, Iwood George, Eddie Charles, and more. Wait, is all that serious? Will I go in now? Tintin, the event is in July. Tickets cost $50 for children and $100 for adults. Get them now at Francis Fashion, High Street, San Fernando, Gulf City, Point Fortin, Princestown, Pleasantville Supermarket, and at the school. Sunday, July 8th at Pleasantville Secondary School grounds from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by The Street 91.9 FM, Plantastic Events, Legacy Graphic Studio, and Francis Fashion Shoe Locker.
Are you ready? Prime Entertainment presents Dub Splash.
The ultimate, all-inclusive reggae poolside party.
Coming soon.
Are you ready?
The Titans of Democracy and Mummy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM presents Big People Party. On Sunday, 8th July, on board the luxurious Sea Champion, boarding by the Breakfast Shed in Port of Spain from 1 p.m., sailing at 2 p.m., and returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, Antics The Experience, and many more street DJs. Tickets cost only $100 and are available at the street office, 56A Maraval Road, or call Sharon Felix at 726-4685. Mummy Sauce in Mova Junction at 753-2175. Or Louise in Faizabad at 354-8654. Village at 379-3728. You can also also called for delivery. Remember, wear your Titans t-shirt and come. No glass bottles or oversized coolers allowed. The Titans of Democracy, Mummy Sauce, and Street 919 FM. Big People Party.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
Big Mike's Wellness Center, number 19 Market Street, Aruka. We do blood analysis, live and dry, magnetic body scan, food detox for those who are diabetic, circulation problems, high blood pressure, and even colon problems. Big Mike's Total Cleanse will clean and detoxify your kidney, liver, blood, etc. Big Mike's Prostate Tea for men, the under chassis tea. This will help to regulate the prostate, to keep the urine flowing, to keep the prostate from enlarging. According to the World Health Organization, Trinidad and Tobago is number 4 in the world when it comes to prostate cancer. When prostate is enlarged, you are 4 times likely to get prostate cancer. So men, get your tea. Big Mike's Fiber Blaster is the yard room for the colon. Superior Green Food, which is a superfood rich in vitamins, minerals, and amino acid, and high in antioxidants. You can contact Pastor Michael at Glen Road Community Center, Tobago, 717-350-326-5523, or Curtis James Crescent, Calderhall Main Road, 685-5411, or Big Mike, 346-2612.
Real.
I want the truth.
Straight.
You can't handle the truth.
And fair.
I seek righteousness.
The official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
DJ Bruce Wayne.
So I make a move to get in the mood, 'cause tonight's the night and the feeling is alright. Don't know what to do, how to make that move. I say, hey, what to say? I feel it, all I can say. I get the urge to move when she in the party. Yeah, I get the urge to grind her close on she body. Baby, you're sexy. Yeah, I get the urge to tell she I want your body.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we are back. And of course, just to give you some information, the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia Games are here. B-Mobile Unlimited Plan customers, now that you have your activation code, download the B-Mobile Tigo app. Plug in your code and watch the games for free on your phone. Watch live games, miss games, plus more, all on your telephone. The unlimited life just got better. Visit bmobile.co.tt. Right. Sorry about that. Visit bmobile.co.tt, TEGO. That's bmobile.co.tt, TEGO for more info. The game is on with B-Mobile, mobile broadcaster. I had to try that. Free games. And we seen the games on TV and TV6? It's free?
I used to realize that. So yes, it's supposed to be.
Well, if you're not near to a television, you can go on.
Yeah, while you're all the road,
yeah.
Taking your game.
All right. Okay. Today is not the 19th. Hi.
15th.
Nigel Cotier Promotions presents Kid City on Sunday, 8 July 2018 from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Pleasantville Secondary School grounds. The grounds will be transformed into Kid City, a zone packed with entertainment for the kids, with bouncy castle, rock climbing, water slides, face painting, zip lining, laser tag, mechanical bull, slip and slide, and all their favorite cartoon characters, plus live performances by Ivor George and Eddie Charles and more. Tickets cost $50 and children 3 years to 12 years, and $100 for adults 13 years and over. Tickets are available at Francis Fashion High Street, San Fernando Gulf City Mall, Princestown, Point Fortin, Pleasantville Supermarket, and at the school. This event is sponsored by Street 909 FM, Plantastic Events, Legacy Graphic Studio, and the Francis Fashion Shoe Locker. I know happening to me today now. Titans of Democracy and Mommy Sauce, in collaboration with the Street 919 FM, presents a Big People Party, Saturday, 8 July 2018, on board the luxurious Sea Champion. Boarding by the Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, 1 p.m., sailing at 2 p.m., and returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, and many more of the street DJs. Tickets cost $100 only and are available at the street office, 56A Marval Road in Port of Spain. Mommy Sauce at Mova Junction, 7532-175. Louise in Faizabad, 354-8654. Village, 379-3728. Bruce Wayne, 340-2012. And yours truly, 2016, and yours truly, Sharon Felix, 7264685. You can also call for delivery according to where you are if it's not too far. Remember to wear your t-shirts, your Titan of Democracy's t-shirts. No glass bottles allowed, no oversized coolers allowed. All right. So we're going back to the lines, and I will ask Mrs. Crosby and Mr. Archer and Tobago to call in 795-4332, 795-4332, 340-2016, 340-2016. Hello.
Morning. Is this a radio station?
Yes, it is.
Am I on here?
Yes, you are.
Okay, morning. I'm driving to work, and I would like to leave an important message for road users today. I left home 6 a.m. this morning, and from St. James to Piarco, and I passed on Arapita Avenue. And what I saw on the avenue was just disturbing. I immediately slowed down my pace of driving. Right? When I reached in the vicinity of Mapao, is that French Street traffic light?
Yes.
Right, you turn down that to go onto Ryson Road.
Yes.
I'm driving extremely slow. I stopped by the traffic light. On the eastbound lane of Ryson Road, there was a black Hilux. Driving fast and immediately slowed down by the traffic light. In the left lane, the young man then proceeded to make a U-turn to get into the right lane, the westbound lane. Well, folks are... Sorry?
He turned around.
He attempted to make, there's a median there.
Yeah.
The young man proceeded to make a U-turn. Well, folks, I don't have to tell you the accident he caused.
Oh, God.
Madam, the Hilux brand new out of the showroom on the side. When the young boy is coming out, if one of them is 20 years old, Right? So I am now driving to work on the highway at about 60 kilometers. Right? And the driving I've seen this morning, I would like, if there are a lot of people listening on your station, please tell them to slow down. That's all they need to do. If the oncoming car was driving it at a normal slow pace, he might have stopped in time. Anyway,
thank you, Olaf. Thank you for your...
Today, the day has now started, and I have a job to go to, a day-to-day job, and this is what I'm going to work with on my mind. Anyway,
thank you very much, Kola.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very much for your information.
Okay.
Now, Kola, you there? All right. Mrs. Crosby, Mr. Archer, you can call us back. I saw you calling me. So you can call us back, Mrs. Crosby. Caller, good morning.
Aaron.
Good morning.
Yes. As that gentleman talked last night, I sat down waiting to go to a meeting. And on the Claude Noel Highway, I see a fellow make a U-turn about 6:45 p.m. I said, my goodness, what is going on? So I will watch it now to see what time another car coming because the traffic lights go down the road. So I figure he feel the light is on red, no cars will be coming up, but cars could be coming down. So I don't know how or what sort he has to make a U-turn. But anyhow, Sharon?
Yes?
What I call about, you know, sometimes I would hear people talking that the churches are not doing enough for young people or for anybody. I don't know if it's money they want the churches to give them, food or clothes or whatever. Well, I mean, it's the church and need the word of God. But you don't think it's easier? Each village has about 8 churches, maybe 5, maybe 3, maybe 1. It's easier for you, the parent, to train that child to start going to church, to hear, if it's the word of God you want to hear, to know about God, to know the right things. They have Sunday school, they have youth groups and all different activities taking in the church, going on in the church. So sometimes when they say the churches are not doing enough, I want to know what the parents are doing. Rather than wait until they reach 18, 20 years, killing going on, everybody saying the churches are not doing enough for them. What it is they want the church to do for the young people. The minister don't know where you live, who you are, what you want, but you are the one to bring them out to the churches and let them listen and hear what's going on. Join groups and get themselves involved. Look, I know of a 7-year-old boy, and the time the child was about 11, they go into church. Okay. Next thing you know, the parents stop them from coming to church. When the ladies group went to look for them, they overheard the mother telling the child, tell them I ain't their home. And the children stop coming to church. And look, everything they want to blame everybody except yourself.
So true.
Okay, bye.
Thank you very much. Mr. Archer, you there?
Yeah, I'm sitting here with.
Go ahead, my darling. You're lying.
You take me rich, or? Only rich people alone are old phone. And thing. I have to give me money, or I have to give me money by that phone card and thing. You know, rich, my pension,
Oh, God, I'm weak.
You know that?
Yes, I know that.
Who say?
Oi.
Morning.
Morning.
Mommy sauce? Morning. Everybody morning. You know, girls may sit down and watch me television last. They see a lady just in a black with a dark shades. And I try to say, they give the government all kind of powers, all kind of something, they pass all kind of law, and look about people dying. 1,200 people die in 2 years and all kind of thing. But when 3,400 and something people die within 5 years and 3 months, nobody now say nothing. And then I like how people have come down from the house to be going on because Dr. Keith Rowley that to be going on. I try to do something I try to do. Here's what I will do. The Tobago autonomy. I will go tell Dr. Rowley come up here, be the Prime Minister up here, left Trinidad by itself. When I have water pass out there, I have a paper pass between the Tobago waters and let something they stop there. So Dr. Keith Rowley come up at Tobago, be the Prime Minister of Tobago, and left Camilla and the man Trinidad, let them run Trinidad. I will kill one another down. In the next 3 years, you not get no young people at Trinidad. You not get one young body at Trinidad. All the young people and them shoot out. All they watching and see that. The young people and them all they studying that. Only old people alone living in Trinidad. I have plans don't quite know I have no kill out one another down there. Dr. Keith Rowley, come over to Tobago, I'll go make you Prime Minister and leave them at Trinidad. You now get no gray area.
I hear you, Mr. Archer. Thank you.
Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Bruce.
Hey, Deep South. Go on, man.
I did. Just cool. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Deep South.
Sharon?
Yes, Deep South.
Bruce?
Oi.
Well, I'm not hearing Sharon.
Yes, Deep South.
She had to talk loud because the speakerphone will pick up her voice, not the mic.
Oh, all right. Well, I just called to say good morning to all the listeners, callers, management and staff, and to all my lovers present. Good morning to you. And to tell the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, happy holiday. You know, Sharon,
yes?
You see that call, what that caller call here and talk about the accident? It make me feel different. Yeah, I feel different. I don't know why people wouldn't take the time on the nation's road, Bruce.
Boy.
Yeah. It make me feel different. I mean, at home and it worry me. But the next thing, Bruce, you see that phone company? I want to tell that phone company I taken in the World Cup on my television home. Because remember when you used to charge me for outgoing and incoming calls? What they're trying to prove now. So I just want to remind them of when they used to pay for outgoing and incoming calls. Bruce, I locked on and listen. Have a good morning.
You too. Take care, man.
Yeah.
Now, the gentleman who called and told us about the Hilux and so on. Now, you see the hour I leave home to come down the road on a morning. And I want to thank God for a couple of years now I have not seen. There was one time, every morning I used to be coming down the road and there's an accident on the road. And I want to thank God for that.
Paula, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to Sharon.
Morning.
You know, I'm watching that TV station with him and Minister Hines on the station, you know. And you could swear this man is in a court of being interrogated. She's asking him questions and like she wants to attack him. Today's Eid. What is really going on with this girl? She going crazy or what? How about that?
Take care, Paula.
All that I see normal thing with Ibarab Kisud. Anything strange? Of course, when it is the PNM ministers and so on, that will happen.
Morning.
Caller.
Hello.
Stop dialing in maze. Hey.
Hello, good morning.
They're gone. 795-4332. 795-4332. Go ahead, Bruce.
340-2016. 340-2016.
I'm feeling cold.
Nice. Caller, morning.
Is I dialing shares because she won't take up the phone?
Marowi.
She won't take up the phone, so I keep dialing. Sharon, morning.
Morning, Mama.
I will find the feelings there.
No.
Listen now. The gentleman talk about the road accident. A visitor came here for me from Canada 2 evenings ago. Not Trinidad alone, you know. Tobago have the same confusion with this traffic. because they are driving too. I have never seen anything like that in this Alma Road here. Some cars just pass down here. You want to know if they're on some kind of big highway or something. There's a brown car, especially that just pass down here. They jump in the grass when the car coming down the road. I've never seen that. I wanted to ask the Tobago policeman. This is a holiday weekend. Please get out on the street there, because people are coming here and they're driving like if they're foolish, like if they feel that no traffic under here, so they could come and drive as they like. So please come out, the Tobago people, come out, the Tobago police, come out and on the street and see what the people are doing to the driving. I've never seen stupidness in my life. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All you have a good day and enjoy all your holiday. Go and eat all your roti and all your whatever. What you cooking, Sharon?
Well, I don't know what my husband cooking.
All right, darling. When you cook, send some for me.
Of course.
All right, baby. Take care.
Okay, love. You see her stretching across dance, anything? Oh, Lord. I tell you, well, I was stretched now, though. Overseas caller.
Praise the Lord. Good morning to my adopted sister.
Morning.
And to my adopted brother Bruce Way.
Morning.
Yes, it's always lovely to hear your voice in the morning. Your music, brother Bruce, you are number one.
Thank you.
In the entire nation. Music was very uplifting. Thank God for you all. Wishing you all a wonderful holiday. When you all leave the station, try and get some rest. I know you all can use it. And I just want to say good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. I love my country. I love Trinidad and Tobago. I thank God for having me born in Trinidad. I was born at Port of Spain General Hospital. But I thank God. I travel. I've done a bit of traveling. I always want to come back to Trinidad and Tobago. So I thank God that I was born here. Trinity, La Trinity. God bless our nation. And I pray that the people would, turn to God. You have to turn to God for righteousness. There's a lot of unrighteousness in this land, and the only way you would come to true righteousness is turning back to God. I'm crying out to all the churches in every community this summer. Open up vocational Bible school. Train these children. We will have a better nation. It's an opportunity to reap a great harvest this summer. Go to the homes, talk to the parents. That is what Jesus asked us to do. Go out, spread the good news. There is good news in Trinidad and Tobago. Jesus saved. And unless you come to him, you're going down a dangerous road. You're on the broad road that's going to lead to destruction. So I'm pleading with the nation. Open up the churches. That is what a church is about. To carry the good news into your community, door to door. You send them out 2 by 2. Let the harvest to be reaped. Go to the parents. Listen, we're doing vocational Bible school. Send the children. They would go back out to school September. A new thing in them. Something good. So that is my plea. Open vocational Bible school this summer. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Caller, good morning. Hello.
Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Felix.
Yeah.
I would like you to tell your partner Tuesday. I would like him to open a political party and tell the people in Faizabad what he could do for Trinidad and Tobago. Go on.
Who is my partner?
I don't know.
Who is my partner?
I lost. I don't know.
Ollie. Let us do this thing good now. You know who? When you see a calling, don't throw no partner. Right? Oh gosh.
Sexy music.
Wait, now I have one here, but like the thing sticking.
Well, I taking this one.
Right. Pass the street,
Yes.
you hold on. No,
Yes.
hold on, Mr. Kitson on the line, no longer.
Hey.
Mr. Oh God, here now. All you hold on.
Morning.
Jesus
Morning.
Christ.
Are they cool?
Sharon?
Yes.
Like village free to tell you, who's your friend?
Well, that I want to know.
The union leader.
Well, tell me that. Of course, man.
Oh, God. I want to hear what he coming to tell the population, what he coming to tell the people in Faizabad.
Okay.
So you understand?
Labor Day. Right. Not catch it.
Bruce, I find your school this morning.
Yeah. A little tired, boy.
Right. Well, I hope that when you're done work, you go and get your rest. If you do have nothing else to do.
Yeah, boy. I belong to little speaker box. They talk about pressure.
Deep South. I have people on the line holding on, right? If you want to, you call back and talk to Bruce about the box and then.
Let me tell you something.
You're calling to talk about box, yes.
Bruce. Tell Sharon before she go, let me tell you something again.
Yeah, she listening.
Sharon is Aunt Rosie.
And so what happened with Rosie? And said Roger don't live in my house, you know. Hey. Goodbye. Mr. Kitson, you on?
Yes, Sharon.
I never see one.
Morning to you and Bruce.
Morning.
Sharon.
Darling.
I pray this morning that the good Lord will give Miss Marlene McDonald the health and strength that we cannot give her, only God can. And I pray for her, right?
Okay.
Sharon?
I will express all the gratitudes to her.
Sharon? Wednesday I was coming to Port of Spain. It had a serious accident at Toure Junction with two trucks taking dirt, transporting dirt. So Sharon, we were stuck in traffic. There, I never reached Port of Spain. I left Grandy at 10 o'clock. Never reached Port of Spain until about 1:30. That's the problem we have with that accident coming to Port of Spain. Sharon, right now we are in desperate need of that highway. What Fisherman and Friends is trying to stop.
Leave it there. Coming back, we're going to the ads.
Okay, all right.
The Street 919fm.com, the official station that defends the nation.
The Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James is now on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday. The Bible says the Gospel of the Kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. For more info, call 652-0924 or 298-4540 and join us every second and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. Monday for the Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James.
Aries Inclusive Learning Center presents Class Extreme Down the Island Schooler Cruise on board the luxurious Embassy Yacht. Sunday, July 1st, boarding at Blackjack Marine, Chagaramas at 11 a.m., sailing at 12 p.m. sharp, and returning at 4 p.m. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne from the Street 919 FM, DJ Shondi and KD. Tickets cost just $175. For more info and tickets, contact 755-7197, 301-8215 or 269-4786, or email us at ariselearning@gmail.com. Proceeds go towards restoration of the school. Aries Learning Center is a school geared towards providing educational services for children with special needs, autism, learning disabilities, and other educational delays. Come out and support a worthy cause. Aries Inclusive Learning Center presents Class Extreme Down the Island Schooler Cruise, Sunday, July 1st. For tickets, contact Aries Learning Center at 755-7917. Mommy Sauce and Bruce Wayne at 340-2016.
I want to give it to you.
We don't have to suffer to die. Oh no, we don't have to suffer.
Mother Nature, we have the best punches and food. We also do delivery at your very home. The nurses and them will be coming where they take your pressure, take your sugar, take your weight, and put you on the program. Also at Mother Nature, we does not use any animal. No animal product at all. No meat. We have to let go meat. It's not an easy thing to do, you know. Not because you hear saying it or you listen to it or reading it, think it's easy. Because we already accustomed to it as we will crave it. And at night, Anything we give the body for a long time, the body crave. If you give it rum, it want more rum. You give it cigarette, you want more cigarette. You can't do without it. It's not us anymore. It's the programming in us. The mind is the master, and anything we have to influence the mind. Cocaine right now is the greatest influence in the mind. This is why we have to come out of that. So call us now at Mother Nature.
Get smart and get well now with Mother Nature's Herbal Cleansing Tablets.
Mother Nature. Call now at 623-3300, 747-8564, and 270-8216.
Money back guarantee.
Family Vibe, BNL Production presents Recall, Whole Board Rockin', Saturday, June 16, 2018. We on board, Sea Champion, boarding time 6 p.m., sailing 7 p.m. Breakfast Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain, Whole Board Rockin', Recall, DJs for the night, Brown Sugar and Fraggles, Pectalarian Legend, Demolition Sound 3.0. Tickets cost $200, no glass bottles allowed. Bring your cooler, bring your team, bring your friends. It's all about Family Vibe, BNL Production. For tickets, call Listra 775-9862. Paula 765-9664. Shelly 460-5979. Rhonda 304-0160. Smiles 475-8072. Celine 294-3363. Boarding time 6 p.m. Sailing 7 p.m. Breakfast Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain. We on board the Sea Champion. Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 16.
The Titans of Democracy and Mummy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM presents Big People Party. Big People Party. On Sunday, 8th July, on board the luxurious Sea Champion, boarding by the Breakfast Shed in Port of Spain from 1 p.m., sailing at 2 p.m., and returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, Antics The Experience, and many more street DJs. Tickets cost only $100 and are available at the street office, 56A Maraval Road, or call Sharon Felix at 726-4685. Mummy Sauce in Mova Junction at 753-2175, or Louise in Faizabad at 354-8654. Village at 379-3728. You can also call for delivery. Remember, wear your Titans t-shirt and come. No glass bottles or oversized coolers allowed. The Titans of Democracy, Mummy Sauce, and Street 919 FM. Big People Party. Oh, what a night.
Prevent Obesity in Youth Worldwide presents the 3rd annual Cardiac Burn at the Queen's Park Savannah opposite TGIF this July 7th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. For more info, call 495-4063 or 348-4305 or email us at preventobesityinyouth@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at Promoting Wellness and Preventing Obesity in Youth or our website at www.preventobesityinyouth.com. So come out on July 7th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's the 3rd annual Cardiac Burn. The Street 919 FM is an official sponsor of this event.
The early morning gospel market program with Bishop Dr. Aaron Williams can be heard every Thursday night from midnight to 5 a.m. The objectives of this program is to bind up the brokenhearted, to let the oppressed go free, to open the prison to those that are bound, and that every yoke be broken, to give the poor and discouraged beauty for ashes and the oil of joy for mourning. Don't miss this program, for Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Hallelujah. Rise up, rise up, rise up and praise the Lord.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives the churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
Hi, I am Dr. Agnes Howell-Jack of the CUREP Educational Center. Join me every Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. for Consider These Facts. Effective strategies guarantee success. Dr. Howell-Jack. will be there for you every Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. for Consider These Facts.
Dealing with current issues in society.
If we could only get, as I've said repeatedly, the sort of attitude that the population as a whole has to the entire carnival celebrations, if we could have that throughout the year, Trinidad and Tobago would be the richest country in the world.
The official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk. Bruce Wayne.
Titans of Democracy and Mommy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM. We present a big people party.
Whatever it is.
Come on and do it. Sunday, 8 July 2018, on board the luxurious Sea Champion. Boarding by the Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain at 1 p.m. Be sailing at 2 p.m. and returning at 5 p.m. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, and many more of the street DJs. Tickets cost $100 and are available at the Street 919 FM office, 56A Maraval Road in Port of Spain, or you can call 628 how am I saying it? It's 38. Where's the number again? I can't say. 628-3460. What's wrong with me? Yeah. 628
3860.
Whatever it is.
All right, people, listen. So, Mommy Sauce at Mova Junction, 753-2175. Louise and Pfizerbat, 354-8654. Village, 379-3728. Village, you need to call me, please. Or you can call yours truly, 726-4685. And you can also call us, and if we can deliver, we're going to do that for you. Remember to wear your Titans t-shirt and come. $100. No glass bottles allowed, no oversized coolers allowed. On the 8th of July. What a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, what a night.
You know I didn't even
No, honey.
but I
be the same.
What a lady, what a night.
Oh, what a night.
Oh, I got a funny feeling when she walks in the room. As I recall it in me.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, what a night. Oh, hey.
Late December back
Lord,
in
I tell you,
63.
Disobedience struck their sweet. Sweet in every single way. Oh, what a night. It's Felix morning.
Morning, Marina.
What's going on with you?
Oh, what a night, Bruce. You couldn't find a better song to play. I you get up there. What the hell? Hey. And I open my eyes because it's Tisha here come downstairs knocking. I say, what? Hey, is morning?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Let me send some love to the three main men in my life. Mr. Bradford, Brother David, Big Mike, I love you. Mr. Woman, love you. Mr. Kuzuman, Malcolm, morning, darling, I love you. Where, Director?
Right here.
Director, darling, morning to you.
Director. You hear him?
Hey, hearing. Yes, darling, morning to you, morning to Mr. Andy Grandi, man, all the men, all of them, to the, my last man, morning to you, honey. And everybody. Yes, Zina ain't calling?
Nah, I ain't hear from Zina yet.
Zina like to get tied up with them line here. They can't shower, no, they're busy like hell. So you just have to go to Bruce Wayne, they're busy now, and then they get you and Bruce faster.
Mommy Sauce, one of your main men on the line, you know.
Yeah,
you hear him?
I love him.
Oh, God, you carry that.
Morning to you, darling. Oh gosh, Mr. Morning to Tobago, Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Rowley, Selwyn, darling, Selwyn, you and your wife, blessed morning to you, to my loving son, Aaron, and to my dear friends and them in Tobago, Wendy, the whole Forward School, Wendy, Debbie, everybody. Rosanna, and yesterday was my goddaughter's birthday, Kimberly, so happy belated birthday to you, darling. It's so sweet. And to her sister, Sophia, blessed morning to them. Beautiful children. Brilliant. So, I'm here to everybody else. Thank Naomi, thank Martha, Miss Sylvia, who else? Everybody, yes, everybody passed the street. Mano. Sharon, what is wrong with Miss McDonald?
Girl, apparently, like yesterday, as I saw, well, I ain't got to talk to her yet. I have been speaking to, I want to go today. As I finish, I want to see if I could go up. I don't know if I'll see her.
Oh, is she in hospital?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I prayed last night for her, so.
I pray God blessings on her this morning and she will recover.
Yeah.
Recovery tomorrow.
But she's resting comfortably, as I was told by my MP, Minister of Health, so.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Once she rests comfortably, she's a strong woman, and a woman of strength. A lady of strength. I wouldn't call her a woman. Woman is the thing. Yeah. She's a lady of strength. So I know she will get over her. And we'll have her in our prayers. And hope and pray that everything will be all right with her.
All right, my darling.
Right?
Yes.
So everybody have a wonderful morning. I love you. Oh, what a night, bro.
Bataria. I'm my Bataria. Someone call her.
Yes, for the wishing Miss Marlene McDonald a speedy recovery. You know, we just go.
Yes.
If this is a respect her, nobody.
Thank
so
you very
God
much.
is great. You will handle Miss Marlene and look down as usual.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so we're getting ready. It has so much of calls here. Lord have mercy. I don't know which one. Caller?
Start again. What is going on with you? We are waiting, man of God. Good morning, Walter. Good morning, Pauline. Good morning, Pauline family. Everybody have a happy holiday. God.
All right. Okay. All right. So people are asking now. When we call, let's make it as you know. So my phone going crazy. My phone there no room. I getting 3 and 4 calls at the same time. Once one on and I have another one holding, calls coming in. So guys, we're going to the ads, but I can take a couple calls again. So they can call in 795-4332, 795-4332 or 340-2016, 340-2016. Right, pass this straight. Okay. Yes.
Blessed love to you this morning and your family.
Same to you, darling.
Yes, and blessed love to Mr. Bruce Wayne and family, also Miss Ira George and his family, Trinidad and Tobago. May the Lord give Miss Marlene McDonald all her strength in her life to bring her back in this land of the living. Wherever he know he put her body to rest for a little while, because he know she's a hard working whip. I country band, you know, is that the way we just do it? Work hard for what you want. Yes, you know, you're not to say straight up, but you know your family is. So you know, who God bless, no man curse, as I always say. Yes, Mommy Sauce, each and every one, Miss Angie, Iva, Monica, and you know, all man, oh, blessed love to you all. Right? So, keep all the blessing, and I know that I thank the Lord that he bring you out, Mr. Aaron, out here, and Mr. Bruce Wayne, to lend us, to teach us the writing and have we on the straight road of the woods, okay? So, love all the way with you all.
Thank you.
Okay. I reach home safe after this work.
Thank you, my dear.
Nice.
All right, so keep it coming. Oh gosh, all right. You see what has happened? Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
Yes.
I am one of the, I'm calling from South. I'm one of the persons who attended the family day. And I never get back to get to call you. I no wake up and I hear your voice. I say, you're on today? So what I called to tell you, thanks for everything. And first time I seen you, first time, but I didn't talk to you or anything. But I assume in my mind that you are a person who loves people. You don't get many people like that. So keep it up and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so kindly. All right. I want you holy calls a little bit. I want to share some information with you today. You know, while we on the line and we making joke and things as we digging through the papers, you know, going through the internet. So on the Express, I saw Central Bank report. Government fiscal position getting stronger. The central bank reported yesterday that the central government's financial accounts improved for the first 7 months of fiscal year from October 1st, 2017 to April 30th, 2018. In the May 2018 Monetary Policy Report, MPR, which was issued yesterday, the central bank said preliminary data from the Ministry of Finance show that the central government accounts incurred a deficit of $2.9 billion in the first 7 months of fiscal year 2018 compared to a deficit of $9 billion in the corresponding year 1 year earlier. I hope I didn't say million in the first part, it's billion. I said billion, 2.9 billion. All right. The smaller deficit was consistent with higher energy and non-energy revenues along with reduced expenditure, said the central bank, referring to the mid-year budget review in which the government signaled its intention to reduce public expenditure by 33% to $48.8 billion from $50.5 billion originally budgeted for fiscal year 2018. The MPR pointed to the fact that Expenditure on the capital program is anticipated to reach $4 billion by September 2018, which is less than $5.1 billion initially budgeted. This would result in an overall anticipated deficit for the 2018 fiscal year of $4.2 billion, $500 million less than initial budgeted. At a political meeting in Barataria last week, Finance Minister Colum Imbut said he was looking to raise some $4 billion from the sale of government bonds backed by assets transferred from the CL Financial Group to pay back monies extended by the state following the group collapse in 2009. The MPR indicated conditions in the local foreign currency market remained relatively tight, but eased somewhat over the period January to May 2018 relative to the same period a year prior. According to the report, sales of foreign currency by authorized dealers to the public were marginally higher. However, the increase in purchases of foreign exchange from the public, excluding from the central bank, by authorized dealers were relatively larger due to larger conversations by energy companies in the context of the improvement in energy prices. As a result of these conditions, the central bank was able to lower somewhat its foreign exchange sales to the market compared to the first 5 months of 2017, while maintaining its bi-weekly intervention schedule, said the central bank document. In terms of the outlook for the economy, the central bank said the growth of the Trinidad and Tobago economy will continue to be led by energy sector output, stemming mainly from increased natural gas from the Juniper project and the anticipated commencement of the Angelina project in late 2018. This will continue to support strong midstream and downstream output. The boost in energy production is expected to progressively spill over to non-energy activities. The pace of recovery will depend, among other factors, on the speed of the execution of public capital projects, as well as the responsiveness of the private sector. The fiscal situation will remain challenging in the short term, although there would be an impetus to revenue if international energy prices and domestic energy output remain buoyant. Likewise, a measure of tightness in the foreign exchange market is also likely to persist over the next few months, but high energy prices, if sustained, could relieve pressure by adding to forex inflows. A durable balance in the forex market would ultimately be dependent on an appropriate combination of fiscal, structural, and monetary policies. I just thought I had to read that for you so that some people would understand what the Minister of Finance would have said to us the other night. Some people didn't understand. So they build this argument, nonsensical argument, that I don't agree with. So I just read for you information coming out of the central bank. And to go a little further, because I'm giving you good news, Chinese team in Trinidad and Tobago for energy tour. Government is preparing to host from tomorrow a high-level delegation from China for a series of energy tours that it believes will herald an influx of investment by that country into Trinidad and Tobago. The visit was announced by Communications Minister Stuart Young at yesterday's post-cabinet news briefing at the Diplomatic Center in St. Anne's. Young said the visit will be briefed but packed, and the team will be here until early next week. The visiting delegation is to be led by the Deputy Mayor of Beijing, who Young noted has a high-level position in China, where the country operated through municipal governments as well as a central government. The visit is one of several to come out of the last month's official visit to China by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, who led a delegation that included Young. Asked who would be footing the bill for this weekend's visit, Young said some of the expenses of the official visit by Trinidad and Tobago were taken up by the host. He said he believed the visitors' accommodation in Trinidad and Tobago had been sorted to their end, but government would look after certain aspects of the visit, including meals and transport. The delegation is to be hosted mainly by the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs and the Ministry of Trade. This is just the first stage. We hope to see an influx of Chinese investment in very significant projects in Trinidad and Tobago, he said. The delegation, which will include representatives from Beijing Construction, will take a look at Lake Asphalt tomorrow. The team will also do a site visit in Point Lisas, where the Prime Minister said last month 10 Chinese companies will establish factories at a new 728, that is US $104 million industrial park. Finance Minister Colin Imbert said last month the labor aspect of the park will feature 60% local contents, and Beijing Construction Engineering Group is expected to serve as the contractor. The Finance Minister said the park is to be built through a concessional loan from China, similar to the arrangement through which the previous government built the Children's Hospital in Couva. The same hospital that they say was a gift, but turned out to be a loan. So Trinidad and Tobago, I just had to share the good news with you as I see it. So the ads are upon us, and when we come back, I'll continue to take calls on the cell phones that we have, yeah? We'll be back. Don't shift your dial.
Nicole Huggins and Associates of Health with Lifestyles, located at number 254 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, invigorates both mind and body with energy products such as Natural Womb Cleanse, Earth Source, Nature's Force, Rolicious Delights, and eco-friendly products. Remember, your health is your wealth. So join us on the street 91.9 FM every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Numbers to call 2219874 or 2881108. Remember, your health is your wealth. Prevention is always better than medication.
I go and play a mark by Bobble Park.
Bobble? You want to make a jail? That's not the real NLCB games, you know. You could get locked up if police catch you playing here.
Nah, man, you see any police here?
Let me go. Don't gamble with your life. The NLCB has over 1,000 legitimate gaming locations, plus the new self-service lottery vending machines. So play the right way. Only at NLCB lottery centers.
Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Are you ready? Prime Entertainment presents Dub Splash.
The ultimate, all-inclusive reggae poolside party.
Coming soon.
Are you ready?
We are come to change nothing on the street. We just adding something to the pavement. We cater it for everybody. So from Sunday 2 to 4 p.m. a sports talk show from the sidelines. That is what we calling the show, From the Sideline.
Oh my God, an insane goal!
Well, there's the link. Live Wire. Who? Jason Shields. Yes, the Live Wire. You used to know me as the director. Now as the Live Wire. Me and Johnny and me. All sports, local, international, real talk, old talk, sports talk. You can't get nowhere else but From the Sideline. This Sunday, June 3rd, 2 to 4 in the afternoon on the 919.
Oh, game over! Game over!
Family Vibe, BNL Production presents Recall, Whole Board Rockin', Saturday, June 16, 2018. We on board, Sea Champion, boarding time 6 p.m., sailing 7 p.m. Breakfast Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain, Whole Board Rockin', Recall, DJs for the night, Brown Sugar and Fraggles, Pectalarian Legend, Demolition Sound 3.0. Tickets cost $200. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your cooler, bring your team, bring your friends. It's all about Family Vibe, BNL Production. For tickets, call Listra 775-9862. Paula 765-9664. Shelly 460-5979. Rhonda 304-0160. Smiles 475-8072. Celine 294-3363. Boarding time 6 p.m. Sailing 7 p.m. Breakfast Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain. We on board the Sea Champion. Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 16. Mad.
Rupert Hardware is calling you to our double sale, double savings. Yes, save big for Eid and Father's Day. Get 2-ton trolley jack, $169.99. 3/8 drill, $199.99. 48-quart coolers, $350. Fish cooker, $695. 14-inch chop saw, $995. Pressure washers from $1,199.99. 21-inch lawnmower, $2,395. Happy Eid, happy Father's Day from Rupert Hardware, Caroline Savannah Road, Chaguanas, 4665-4145.
The Titans of Democracy and Mummy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM presents Big People Party. Big People Party. On Sunday, 8th July, on board the luxurious Sea Champion, boarding by the Breakfast Shed in Port of Spain from 1 p.m., sailing at 2 p.m., and returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, Antics The Experience, and many more street DJs. Tickets cost only $100 and are available at the street office, 56A Maraval Road, or call Sharon Felix at 726-4685. Mummy Sauce in Mova Junction at 753-2175. Or Louise in Faizabad at 354-8654. Village at 379-3728. You can also call for delivery. Remember, wear your Titans t-shirt and come. No glass bottles or oversized coolers allowed. The Titans of Democracy, Mummy Sauce, and Street 919 FM. Big People Party. Oh, what a night.
Welcome to a place children dream about. A place parents love. A world full of family fun for everyone. Welcome to Kids City. On Sunday, July 8th, the Pleasantville Secondary School grounds will be transformed into Kids City, a zone packed full of entertainment with bouncy castles, rock climbing, mechanical bull, laser tag, zip lining, water slides, slip and slide, face painting, and all your favorite cartoon characters. Plus, live performances by The Boss, Iwood George, Eddie Charles, and more.
Wait, is all that serious? Will I go in now?
Tintin, the event is in July. Tickets cost $50 for children and $100 for adults. Get them now at Francis Fashion, High Street, San Fernando, Gulf City, Point Fortin, Princestown, Pleasantville Supermarket, and at the school. Sunday, July 8th at Pleasantville Secondary School grounds from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by The Street 91.9 FM, Plantastic Events, Legacy Graphic Studio, and Francis Fashion Shoe Locker.
Natural Mystic, the all-new reggae radio show from 10 to 12 p.m. every Thursday on The Street 919 FM. Featuring discussion and hot social topics, entertainment news feeds, plus regional call-in interviews with top reggae stars and some of our local stars. Live in studio, Natural Mystic with Carla, Selector Kutan, Kutan Sound 91.9, and John. Don't miss it.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives the churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
The night before the Labor Day holiday, Monday, 18th June. Circle of Friends in collaboration with Young Guns and Robert Fialva Entertainment present Get Naked at Sea Part 2. On board the Sea Champion in South, boarding 10, sailing 11 p.m. sharp. And we boarding from the King's Wharf in San Fernando. Yo, look out for 3 top DJs, Universal Young Guns, Starbright, and of course, DJ Diego. I'm coming to share the place with my brothers then. Tickets are only $200 to get those tickets. Call Ricky 313-6896, Kimo 367-3924, or Robert 472-8969. Get those tickets NOW. Check Facebook for more details. No glass bottles allowed unless it's champagne. Monday, 18th June. Get Naked at Sea Part 2. Southside, get ready.
Better vision for your physical eyes, and through the eyes of faith, let healing arise in your mind, body, and spirit. At Natural Heal Ministries, we teach kingdom principles for living that brings the blessing of God to your mind, body, and soul.
NHM Professional Associates are located at number 10 Moody Stewart Street, Monrepos, San Fernando. For more info, contact Dr. Desmond Phillip at NHM on 349-3494. NHM Associates can be heard live on the Street 919 FM every other Wednesday from 12:05 to 12:55 p.m.
Hi, I am Dr. Agnes Hobble-Jack of the CUREP Educational Center. Join me every Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. for Consider These Facts. Effective strategies guarantee success. Dr. Hobble-Jack will be there for you every Thursday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. for Consider These Facts.
919, the official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
All your exes, they hit the highway from an exit. Yeah, they got the message by now. Brand new Porsche right now.
All of your exes out, you don't have to explain. Your life is excellent. Come on, baby, let's go party. I'ma bring the Bentley around, best ride of your life. And I'ma make your love come down, best time of your life. 50,000 a night, platinum sweet, cause you're sweet and you're nice. I'ma believe you alone when you post for your selfie with me in your arm. If you made love, yeah, I'm gonna mess up. Go never see the use of a tail till it come. But I won't do that, straight from my heart, I'm mean it. All of your exes out, you don't have to explain. Your life is excellent. Come on, baby, let's go party. I'ma bring the Bentley around, best ride of your life. And I'ma make your love come down, best time of your life. Your cell number change, but your Facebook page the same. No problem, block that fool. New pic with your new boo. Every minute you must send email.
Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, we are back. Remember, Titans of Democracy and the Mommy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM. We present a big people party. Sunday, 8th of July, 2018. And that's on board the luxurious Sea Champion. Boarding by the Breakfast Shed, Rights and Road in Port of Spain. 1 p.m. Sailing at 2 p.m. Returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne. Yeah, man. Memphis International. And many more of the street DJs. Tickets cost only $100 and are available at the street office right here. 56A Marval Road in Port of Spain. Mommy Sauce Mova Junction 7532-175. Louis in Faizabad 354-8654. Village 379-3728. Yours truly 726-4685. And you can also call us if delivery is possible. You're going to get it. So remember to wear your Titans t-shirts. And of course, you can call 787-1571 to order your t-shirts. People already paid money for their t-shirts. So by next week, I'll be printing a little more. Remember, no glass bottles allowed, no oversized coolers. It's a big people party on Sunday, the 8th of July, 2018. On a board the luxurious Sea Champion. Ah, yeah. Let me say good morning to the whole of Tobago. Good morning, Peter Jacob. Get up, my brother-in-law. To my cousin cousin-in-law. Yes, Sherma Lyons Wilson in Bacolet and the Wilson's family. Good morning to all my Tobago ladies. East, west, north, south. Cecile. Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Rowley. Good morning, Maria Lyons. My darling Sheldon Cunningham. And to all of Tobago. Mr. Archer and Mrs. Archer. Uncle Landy, my do-do darling. And of course, good morning to our two candidates in the upcoming by-election. Miss Young and Miss Small. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's Friday morning right here on the Street 919 FM. 7:22 a.m. Today is the 15th of June 2018. To all our overseas listeners and callers, good morning to you. Remember, overseas callers, you can call us on 718-874-3860. That one is working. And of course, you can call me on 795-4332, 795-4332, or 340-2016. Crown Point, Tobago, my caller friend. Good morning to you, Corey McEwen. Where's my partner name in Tobago? Oh, gosh, man. Gosh, man, Bruce. Neville. Neville.
I spoke to him this morning.
Mr. Chance Bartaria, Rowley Jr., Barack Poor, Zena, get up. Miss Diggo Martin, where are you guys? Nothing is stopping us from calling. Oma Orga, get up. All right, so you can call us on 795-4332 or 340-2016. Yes, Maria Lyons.
Good morning, sweetie pie. How are you?
I am good, and you?
I am fine. Good morning, Brucey.
Morning, morning.
Sharon, seeing you soon, hopefully.
Simeon?
Hello?
What you said, Maria?
See you soon, hopefully.
Well, girl, no, we might have to cancel for that time. We'll have to push it back a little later on.
Oh.
Because the next day is the election for the by-election of Bartaria and Belmont.
Okay.
So I'll call you. I have to call Sherma.
Yes, and I have your gift waiting for your belated birthday gift.
I'll take it. I ain't care. You hold my gift right there. If you matter, come.
You know how many people do it? We celebrate whole month and after.
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
Okay,
okay, my darling.
My people, my adopted mother, Mrs. Rowley, or Stream, and everybody else. Have a good one. Love you.
Thank you, my darling. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Caller morning.
Good morning to you again, Bruce.
Hey, Deep South.
Hi, Sharon.
Yes, Deep South.
You know what's a new trend I'm watching? When these Chinese people coming in this country to do business with this country, or any ministers going out of this country to look for business, the new trend now is who fit in the bill.
Yeah. Who fit in the bill?
You used to hear that happening all the time?
Well, Papa, is a new thing. You know, Deep South, I'm glad you raised that. You know why? You know, some of us, we just only look in the mirror when we choose to, or when we feel like it. Because when we was going all over the place with an entourage so big, they wasn't studying that. What happened?
Right, Sarah, nobody wasn't saying who fit in the bill at that time. Now these people coming here to try and help this country, to do business with this country, you know, they want to find out who fit in the bill. Every time a minister leave this country, who fit in the bill? What the hell wrong with them people and them, right? Yeah? Bruce, you ever think about that?
Right.
Look, you know, if I see them by themselves one by one, I will cuss them.
Oh gosh, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, I won.
All right, don't do that at all. Zena?
Yes. What? I hear you calling. I hear present. I get up. Once I hear the joke, I get up and I say, you know what? I hook it on to the live stream. Well, I think I'm hearing something else to say. I wonder if that is what's going on. That if Sharon or if some old one. So I say, let me turn on the radio. And well, I hear something else. So I say, look, let me stay on the radio. Eh? So I listen and so I say that's a big one morning. So I was not interfering today. So let me listen to you all the Tobago people. So I'll tell everything today. I see you all are taking a holiday today, you know.
Girl, how am I going to take a holiday?
Oh, gosh.
I'm not taking that holiday. Are they going to know?
Oh, God, what they need that. Morning, everybody who looked on. Oh, God, Madam Polly, Nicole, the rest of the Pollinaire family. Bobby Sauce. Mano.
Hold on,
Mano call me yet?
Mano call you out.
Oh, God, morning, Mano. Oh, God, just to go matching everybody. Oh, God. Deep South morning. You hear South, don't let me feel like Deep South. When I get vexed, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Don't say that. No, don't curse, don't curse.
Yes, no, I want to say it. When
it must only have one cuss word, and that is me.
Oh, God. No, you have to get out of the competition now and again. So morning to Tobago, Mrs. Rowley, Miss Crosby, Corey. Boy, Corey, come to look for me.
That's good, man.
Anyhow, morning I looked on and enjoying the program.
Thank you, my darling.
Mr. Archer is something else, you know.
I love him.
He's going to rent Tobago twang, you know. You know?
All right.
I'll go. All on later.
All right.
Right.
Call morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning, Sharon Felix.
Yes, madam.
Good morning, Director. I just called to say good morning to everybody. And may you all have a great and wonderful day.
You too,
just be careful on the road, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Love you all and have a wonderful and great day. Sharon?
Yes, my darling.
Oh, gosh, what night you had, girl? I wish I had one like yours.
Maybe I had one too.
Oh, gosh, have a great day. Today is a wonderful day to all the Muslims who celebrated. Eid Mubarak to you all. And I hope Miss Marlene McDonald feel well. God is in control. Let no weapon form against her prosper. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a caller?
Yes, Sharon.
Good morning, honey.
Yeah. I called the same morning to Mr. Chance, Miss Cummins. My friend Clement, he's a silent listener. But he listens to you all the time, right, Sharon?
Yes.
Sharon,
yes.
I had was to call and add my little 2 cents with Bruce of Deep South. When that previous government was going all over the world, India, China, and giving reporters money, church money, not to say nothing. Now you get the church talking so much. Now they want a report about who foot in bill. Eh? They must be out of their mind. You understand, Sharon? And fishermen are friends, they should go library and represent the the fishermen and come to Sandy Grande and go up in Toko and represent the fishermen are friends. Because the problem we having in Sandy Grande, right? We with that traffic is a mess up in Grande. Come up here and leave up here 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work in Port of Spain. They gonna know what we are facing in Sandy Grande. So Sharon?
Yes.
Yeah, you all enjoy the rest of the day, right?
Yes, my darling.
And Bruce.
Thank you. All right, I feel there's Mr. Thomas, you know. Mr. Thomas?
My sweetheart.
How are you, darling?
by the grace of Almighty God, I am very, very well. Thank you. Sharon, we are having a boat ride.
We?
Well, not we. Mommy Sauce and your good self.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you were having a boat ride, you know.
No, I cannot afford to have any boat rides.
Mm-hmm.
The most I can do is come on the boat.
And whine and somebody bum.
Yes. I want to throw out a challenge to Mommy Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I am prepared to pay for all the ladies of my life, providing
that Mommy Sauce pay for all the men in her life.
Just bring them and pay for them as well. Because all the ladies of my life are anxious and eager
to meet all your men, all her men.
All her men and to wine on
their bum.
Mommy Sauce, this is a challenge from Mr. Thomas. We want to all the men in your life, including that man you have from Sawa, and all the others. I am prepared to pay for all the ladies of my life, providing Mommy Sauce bring all the men on that boat ride on the 8th of July. Okay, Sharon?
Okay, Mr. Thomas.
And you will see you all there on the 8th of July. And as we say in London, England, ta-ta.
Toodly-dum.
Nice girl.
Thank you. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, I have a guest, you know. I have a guest. I don't know. I saw him in the lane there. I wonder where he is.
We have a call though.
We have a special guest.
Hi, caller, good morning.
Lucy.
Oi, Mommy Sauce.
Oh Lord, I hear Zina. Zina say, like Zina had a night too. Zina say, Zina, that is what the obedient instructor is do to your girl. You just can't wait and you want to just hold you tight. And I tell you, especially when you have a night. Mr. Thomas, anyway, you see Mr. Thomas, the woman you have ain't coming no way. So me even bothering with you to pick you up on that. The woman you have, they ain't coming no boat ride. You understand? So me wasting my men and them time to come to wife for you to talk about who wine. No. Me wasting my men and them time nice for that. Them ain't coming. Them no, you ain't bringing no woman no way. You understand? So don't try to challenge my men and them. Don't try that at all. Let me tell all, you know, it has some men I don't tell good morning, Mr. Chance, Deep South Village, researcher, Sharon researcher, you know what Marvel me with researcher? He's such a smally man, with such a voice. Sharon?
Mommy Sauce?
Yes.
Tell me, I was just taking a phone call here.
Miss, the researcher now. His voice so powerful. And you know, when you hear that voice, you're looking for
a big, strong man.
A big, strong man. He's so here now, man. But researcher, your voice could take you to the world, boy. Tell you, that voice you have there, such a powerful voice. Right, let me tell good morning till he gets turned. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. And tell Mr. Kirk and his beautiful wife. Good morning. So, and all the other men, them, so much of them who just call, you know, all the men and them, all of them, a blessed morning to them. Mr. Thomas, you keep your cool because you might have to walk from the boat to home. You understand? Because you may not get back to one of them, woman and them. So let me not try to join them up. I'll go on. Sharon, you already with the, you want to what?
Well, we hopefully should be dealing with it. I have a guest in studio, and he'll be here shortly. But we'll be dealing with our 1 hour. Don't worry.
Well, that will be boat ride morning ticket selling, so me even bother. Ticket like that every minute I busy.
All
my ticket will done just now. I go on.
You're showing off.
And you know, I 100 plus.
Yes.
So I know that done is just now.
All right, darling.
I go on.
Yeah.
All right.
The next call.
All right, I have an overseas caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
Blessings to you.
Same to you.
And yes,
Good morning.
and I want to say greetings to the Muslim people. Blessings to Trinidad and Tobago and to the people in Tobago and all who normally call you throughout your day. And also love goes out to Amy Rainey, Miss Monica, Deep South, Manu, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Thomas, and Mommy Sauce. Love you all and have a blessed day and take a good rest when you go home, Sharon.
Yes.
And you must switch it out.
Thank you very much.
And Toronto fans says love you all and have a blessed day. And a special blessing goes out to Miss your boss.
Max McDonald.
McDonald, speedy recovery to her. God bless you to her and she will get up. God blessings to her. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, my dear.
Thank you.
All right, I just want people to know I am not taking any calls on my phone. All right, we have a call and we're waiting for our guests to come.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, 1285.
Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, darling. How are you?
I did 525. I'm just calling. Morning, Director. I'm calling to wish Miss Marlene speedy recovery. Oh, you know, that's my diehard MP.
Yeah.
From way back. And she now coming. So I know she's a very strong person. And I know she's going to fight the fight. You understand? I want to say good morning to Mr. Malcolm and Miss Malcolm. And Mommy Sauce, that challenge you put up there, you ain't able. Take your time. One director and we two Jonathan it, I got it. I got it.
Only, yes, that's me. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, I see my guest foot. Did I see his foot? Director, I saw his foot. I getting it in parts, you know. A finger, a toe, then a foot. Take it.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brucey.
And now the whole body. The whole body.
How
The
you
whole
doing,
body.
honey?
How you doing? Cool.
Morning, Miss Sharon and Director.
Good morning, my darling.
Oi, are you okay?
We're very good.
Sharon, what did I hear about my darling Miss McDonald again?
Yes.
Oh, good. Anyhow, I ask God to touch her from the crown of her head and to the sole of her feet.
Yeah.
And grant her quick healing in the name of Jesus.
Yep.
Good morning to everybody else. Mommy Sauce, Zena, Auntie June, Nicole, Miss Toronto, and all the others whom I forgot this morning. You all have a wonderful holiday today. I intend to have one. Okay? Have a good day.
Till then,
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. I want to take this call and then I'm going over to my guest. I'm sure this person is Mrs. Thomas. Mrs. Thomas, morning. Mrs. Thomas?
Yes, darling.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm all right. A little tired because, you know, you want to do this, that, the other. And
You
then
can't do everything.
And then I tell you, in school, so yesterday I went to do the practical yesterday.
All right.
Yeah. So good morning, happy holidays to those the Muslim committee. Have Brucey morning.
Morning.
Good morning. The lady who just called, Zena, Mommy Sauce, Olga, Oma, everybody, Mr. Thomas, Miss Monica, good morning, Angie, good morning, darling, the Pollinaires, everybody, my family, my sister, everybody, your family. Special good morning to my darling granddaughter,
Next week.
Marie. Today
Don't
is
forget on
her
your
fourth birthday, yeah. And wish her all the best. And Granny will see you later. Love you much. I know your parents are excited. So you all have a good day until you see me.
Thank you, my darling.
I love you much.
You know I love you back plenty.
Yes. Brucey?
Morning.
Tell my friend good day for me, please.
Yes, Miss Hotfoot.
Yes, Miss Hotfoot is right.
All right, love. So talk to you later.
Okay, love.
All right. All right, guys. So I'm going to hold the calls for a bit. Let me just settle in my guests. All right, so Trinidad Tobago, 7:42 a.m. Better late than never. I have a special guest in studio with me. I quarreled with this man for weeks and months, and he finally gave in. He said, Sharon, take me. I come in. Let me say good morning to Minister of Security, Minister Dillon, Minister Edmund Dillon.
A very pleasant good morning to you, Sharon, and indeed a very pleasant good morning to your listeners. Let me take the opportunity to wish Eid Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters, and also to my constituency of Point Fortin. Additionally, I also want to wish a very pleasant good morning to the hard-working members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the Fire Service, the Prison Service, the immigration officers, and all those other agencies of national security who continue to work assiduously to ensure the safety and security of our country.
Thank you very much. So, Minister Dillon, tell us what's going on. How are you? Before we get into anything, how are you going? How are you? How are you feeling?
Sharon, I give thanks and praise to the Almighty God every morning, because when we wake up in the morning and we can hear the birds singing and you can see the trees and so on, there are so many people that did not get up this morning, and some who woke up may not have been able to get off their bed.
So true.
Some who got off their bed may not be able to see, hear, feel, or touch.
That's right.
I can do all those things. So I give thanks and praise to Almighty God that He has given me health and strength to see yet another day.
I want to congratulate you, Grandpa.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's the joy of my life right now. She's
I know you feel
a bundle of joy.
All right, so, Minister, let's talk a little bit about the security of Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, you know, the hottest thing on the agenda is the discussion of the Muslims and the guns that they found in the mosque, and some of the Muslim leaders being upset at what Dr. Rowley said at the meeting in Barataria. But most of all, this morning we read one of the articles. Which one was it, Bruce? Was it in The Guardian? Of the Muslimin, one of the Muslim leaders saying that they want The Guardian. Yeah. Dr. Rowley to apologize for what he said at the Barataria meeting. Now, I don't want to, you know me, I could say my piece, but I want to ask you, what did you thought of what Dr. Rowley said was so bad that he needs to apologize on behalf of the Muslim or one or two Muslim leaders?
Sharon, Dr. Rowley is the chairman of the National Security Council. The chairman of the National Security Council has certain kind of information, and I'm a member of the National Security Council myself, certain kind of information that the general public will not have. And therefore, when Dr. Rowley made his statement, it's on the basis of the backbone of information that he has. So that when you hear the others talking about different from their perspective, they don't have all the information. Or they don't have the same information that the members of the National Security have. When we set that operation in Carnival, during the Carnival period, it was based on credible information. An investigation is ongoing, so the truth is yet to be revealed. Sharon. So Dr. Rowley was quite right in his statement, and I give him full support for that statement that he made. He has nothing to apologize for with respect to that statement.
And I saw that you all walked in Laventille with both Mr. Hines, yourself, the acting commissioner of police, and so on. What was the response when you all went up there?
We had a very good response, Sharon. We had a very good response from the people on the ground. Let me first of all say that the reason for us walking in the Laventille area within the week. It was really based on, was a follow-up from my discussions with the divisional heads. I held that meeting about 2 weeks ago, where I called in the divisional heads from the Western Division, Port of Spain Division, Northern Division, Central Division, and Southern Division. Because those are the 5 of the 9 divisions that were sort of leading the way in terms of the murder rate in Trinidad and Tobago. So I called them in, and we had a very frank discussion. We had about almost a 4-hour meeting. A very frank discussion together with the Commissioner of Police, of course, and DCP Crime. We had a very frank discussion for them to tell me exactly what is the threat situation in their divisions. What are the issues and challenges that they face in their divisions? What can the government do for them in their divisions? Having had a discussion, they provided certain kind of strategies and so on. And I said to them, I want to come down and walk the ground for myself. Having told me that, I want to see, I want to hear. So that visit was a follow-up from that discussion, from that meeting, and I intend to go to the other divisions within the future. When we visited there, of course, I invited the MP for the area, MP Fitzgerald Hines, my colleague, my cabinet colleague, and he accompanied me on that visit, together with the Commissioner of Police, the Chief of Defence Staff. We first went to visit some of the families of those related to those who were killed within that recent times, and offer our condolences and support. And then we walked through the streets and so on, and interacting with the villagers, with the people in the community, was the sense that you're getting a feeling from their perspective what was happening. In fact, one of the villagers actually was very vociferous, and he told us quite certainly that he had a business on the corner there, and he said to us, listen, people are not even coming to shop by him. Vehicles can't come to distribute goods and so on. And what was amazing is that there were almost some lines drawn that said, this is my territory and that's your territory. This is Trinidad and Tobago. This is our country. Nobody can draw a line and tell someone that they can't come here or they can't go there. And the difference between the so-called the Rastas and the Muslims and so on. These are labels that people take unto themselves. That to my mind, it's a senseless, and it leads to senseless killing of innocent people in those communities. I questioned some of the young men in the area, and I said, what is this thing, what is this phenomenon that you call this thing of the Muslim and the Rastas? And one gentleman said, well, he is a Muslim and so on. I said, well, which mosque do you go to? He said, is there a mosque here? And he said, no, there isn't. I said, where do you go? He said, well, you go outside and so on. I said, fine, I respect people's religion and so on. I said, what is in your mind, you on the ground here, what is the reason for this killing? What he said to me, Sharon? He said, I don't know. He said, I don't know. I said, can you give me an idea? I said to him, if I can get to the root cause of this killing, I'm sure I can find a remedy. And you on the ground, you're here, you said you're a Muslim brother, and the Rastas are wrong and the Rastas intervening and so on. Tell me from your side, what is the root cause? What is causing this senseless killing? And I use the word senseless killing because, again, based on his own interaction, there isn't a reason, a justification for the killing whatsoever. And it hit me so hard that we are losing lives. Not only in terms of reprisals of one against the other, but we lose innocent life with no reason whatsoever.
Exactly.
With no reason whatsoever, no logical reason, no logical explanation.
It's just as if you just pick out a man today and you just shoot him. That's how I feel. I tell them on a daily basis. As if this thing is a business and it went sour.
You know what it goes back to? You know what it goes back to my mind? It goes back to our whole value system. We have lost our value system in our generation, Sharon. When we were growing up, there was a time when we knew what was right and wrong. It was preached to us. It was affirmed to us. We were beaten for it. We were disciplined for it. We knew what was right and wrong in our time growing up. I think, and again, it was against a background of a spiritual consciousness. I believe we have lost that. So the sense of right and wrong no longer exists. If someone could come up and shoot somebody and go home and sleep peacefully, then there's no consciousness in their mind that they have done something wrong. There's no consciousness in their mind. And I think we have to do certain kind of interventions. Because I use it against the background that when we talk about crime and criminality and violence and so on in Trinidad and Tobago, in the world as a matter of fact, it is a very multidimensional phenomenon. It is not a straight line phenomenon. So that you can't just deal with it in one initiative or one intervention. There's several kind of intervention that must take place in crime and criminality and violence. I like to always put the whole question of national security in context. Because national security, by definition, there are several definitions, but I like to use this one. It is really about identifying the threats and issues to people of the country, to the state, to the community, and to the territory itself. What are those threats that faced us? And then there are different levels. We are concerned right now with the one that's closest to us, which is what are the threats to our people? Drugs, guns, illegal ammunition, the trafficking of persons. You have terrorism also there, it's on the landscape. Well, it's also there. So when you look at the menu of issues there, there's a large amount of issues in that pot, you know, Sharon. Quite a lot of issues are treated in those pots. And all of those are, at the end of the day, they affect the individual, they affect the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And therefore, the interventions must be a multiplicity of interventions. It cannot be a single intervention. When you look at law enforcement, let's look at the law enforcement, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the point of the spear, the tip of the spear as we call them, the agency that is charged to treat with crime, criminality and violence in Trinidad and Tobago. Where are they along the spectrum, along the continuum? They're at the end, you know.
They're at the end, yeah.
But there are also other interventions that they can make, and they are making it. So while they deal with the fellows whose minds are already bent on committing crimes and criminal and so on, and they do some preventative measures and so on, you see the police have done, and they're doing year-on service with respect to that police youth club, you know. There are almost 15,000 young people in those youth clubs, 125 youth clubs, and it's growing.
I must say that.
And it is growing, Sharon. That's from the mindset from the young. And when those young children, if you go around and see them participating in the activities of those youth clubs, you'll see the kind of interest, the kind of enthusiasm. And what is important is the parents accompany them.
Excellent.
So you see what they're doing there? You're shaping a kind of mindset. And we have seen it in the areas of the Defense Force, the MILAT and CCC program. We have seen some young men who entered that MILAT program transition from ill-disciplined young men and school dropouts and so on to disciplined soldiers, firemen, policemen.
As you say that, I think we have to do a little more with the MILAT and so on, the program, because as you said, you spoke about the school dropouts and a lot of children who give trouble in schools. I always say in my younger time, we needed to get a boot camp to hold them. But if the MILAT can do it, then we have to strengthen it a little more, because that's wonderful. Because I've known some people who went into the program and came out very successful. So I want you to look at that, continue looking at it to see how it can grow and grow a little further and further and further. But I'm glad you spoke about the police, the TTPS and their involvement and so on. I must commend them. These days I'm seeing a lot of quick solving of some of the crimes. But oh gosh, boy, some of them making the good ones look real bad, boy.
It happens in all professions, you know. It happens in all professions.
No, you could.
But they always find the bad among the good. As I said, there's always the thorns among the roses. You know, you'll find them and you try to pluck them out. But there's always, and I tell you something, in all the agencies, all agencies of national security, we go out and we do recruitment and so on. We recruit from the larger community. And in all of them, in terms of their recruit training, is a kind of a psychological training. We try to change your mindset. We shave your head. We give you a number. We change your name. We start calling you by your last name.
Yes.
All of the psychological, you know, to change the individual that you came in the system with to the one that passed out or graduates on pass nowadays. But we can't reach 100%. We sometimes will reach about 90% or sometimes 95%. There are those 5% that cannot be disciplined, cannot take training. And those are the ones that continue to be the bad eggs in those agencies.
But then we need to weed them out.
Well, we do that. We do that as soon as they're covered. I mean, sometimes the process is a bit too long, but we do it. The military, for instance, we find you today, we discharge you tomorrow. Or we find you today, we lock you up and you arrest you tomorrow. Quick, swift justice is something that believes in the defense force.
In the defense
swift
force,
justice.
Yes, I must say that.
And if we could pattern from that and adopt that throughout the services, but then there are regulations and this and that and so on. In police service, it takes a long time to be disciplined. Well, although right now the commissioner has the powers to do so, because that was given to him some time ago. But you must have a sense of deterrent. So someone commits an offense today, the deterrent to the others is that you're dealt with immediately. That is a deterrent in itself. And that is something we have to look for in terms of how do we address that, in terms of that quick, swift justice as we call it. So that is one way we have to weed out the bad eggs. But we also have to be able to send a sense that bad is not good. So in other words, the good officers must not support the bad.
Yes.
They must be able to say, you will do that, you stand on your own,
that's right.
Face your music.
That's right.
Come up and talk about it. You see, and the voices, good voices always displace the bad voices.
Now, you see, I know we have a lot of how we call them, dart pelters. And I'm sure if they could have get in there, they'd be trying to call to try to derail us from the truth. Yeah, and make mischief this morning. But I happy the lines. They have to call on the cell phone and I will see who call in. But listen to you this morning, I get that sense, and I'm sure that other people listening get that sense, that you are fighting with all your might to get crime under control and to do good for this country. I am getting that feeling this morning, listening to you and the passion in which you're speaking to us. But I don't want to take up all the time asking you all the questions. That's me. That's how I operate. I want to get people to call in and speak to you so you can answer them, because the first thing they will accuse us, Bruce and I, all you hold the guests and all you want nobody talk to him. So on this program, we allow our callers to speak to, you know.
Okay,
So, guys, you can call us on 795. Oh God, I ain't say it good enough. Here comes one. 795-4332, 340-2016, and you can call our overseas 1718-874-3860. Let me see. Sawa?
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Morning, Mr. Dillon.
Yes, good morning.
I'm not wishing you all the best in what you're about to do. I'm listening this week rather, the holidays confusing the days with Mr. Hines. You can call a state of emergency, but I wish you all go a different way. Declare martial law, the police and them know already guns and them and root out these root boys and them. I mean, they're spoiling the country, and this is a beloved country, sir. And as I say, I wish you all the best in your job. I think I wish you take a different turn and try to calm down on these and that guns and senseless killing in this beautiful country of ours. I looked on and listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much.
You want to answer him, or you?
Oh, certainly I can do so. I think he suggested that the way of state of emergency suggested that we don't go that way, and I don't think that a state of emergency is required at this point in time. We're going to explore a number of resources. As I mentioned, there will be an increased presence of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the Trinidad and Tobago Army, supporting the law enforcement. There are a number of initiatives that we can do before contemplating a state of emergency. And I think we're still exploring all those initiatives and all those other interventions before we go that way. But I agree with the caller, we are going to be there. We're going to do all that we can using the agencies of national security.
We have another caller online.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Yeah, are you on?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead.
Mr. Dillon, morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, morning, Sharon, again.
Good morning.
Mr. Dillon, I must compliment you on the hard work you are doing to try to keep our country safe. As Sharon said before, we are seeing progress with police solving crime on a much faster basis. So again, I compliment you for the job you are doing. But we understand that what happened in the last 5 years, and to put back all those security things in place, it will take time, because if somebody is going to commit a crime, you cannot read your mind that they're going to do so. But you always just try to put things in place. And also, Mr. Dillon, I congratulate you, because I read in the papers which part you all have passed the of comfort in your consistency of .40. And people down there are thanking you for their accomplishment. So again, Mr. Dillon, I wish you the best in the future. You all have a nice day, right?
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Chance?
Yeah, good morning, Ms. Felix.
Good morning, my dear.
And I'm happy that you have Mr. Dillon, the Minister of National Security, with you there this morning. Good morning, Mr. Dillon.
Good morning to you, sir.
And how are you, sir?
I am very well, thank you.
Yes, I want you to know I'm happy that you have come on to the Titans of the Democracy Show, because I want you to know there are thousands of outside here who support you fully. We appreciate that national security is a very complex matter, is not abracadabra as the opposition leader wants to tell us. It is very complex, and we understand that. We also stand with you in respect of the fact that national security must never be compromised by reason of religion, race, or politics. Because it is a clear thing. Because national security as it relates to terrorism is a worldwide threat. So many of us outside here understand it, and as you come out to this program, you'll get to understand that we are there supporting you. So I want you to know that we are there with you. But the one question I want to ask, how much emphasis is being placed on the preventative side of this matter? Because I think that perhaps while we tackle it at the front, we must also tackle it at the back. And as I close, let me also commend you for what is happening in Point Fortin. I saw recently you turned the sod for the rebuilding of the Mahaika Sports Complex. And I want to compliment you for that, because I always know that we are competing in Arima, because I am from the Arima, as a center for sport and culture. And the people of Point and Arima, we always in some kind of friendly banter. So I want to compliment you for that, and also compliment you for the Point Fortin Hospital. Two, I think, signal projects in the constituency that, of course, will have your blessings. So thank you, sir, for taking my call, and I will look for a response with respect to the idea of prevention, even beginning from the school system. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you very much, sir, for your comments, and I thank you for the support and the others that you mentioned. Thank you very much. Let me start off by saying that, there is no area of public policy that is as vast in terms of manpower, human resources, money, and resources, in fact, as national security. Most people know for a fact that national security has a very large budget, but of course it also has a large percentage of people of the public service. Most people don't realize that national security, in terms of human resource, controls about almost 1/3 of the public service. There are almost 20,000 persons employed under national security. With respect to your suggestions of preventative measures, I can assure you that, as I mentioned a while ago, there are different kinds of intervention that's required to treat the issues of crime, criminality, and violence in any jurisdiction. And so while we have the law enforcement approach, which we call the hard approach, the law enforcement and defense force approach, there's also the soft and medium approach, which is the preventative measures. And some of the preventative measures has to do with controlling and shaping the mindsets of individuals and young people, especially in our society, to move them from a way of crime. Because in everything that you do, it starts from your thought. Because thought is what determines your actions. And so if we can control the thoughts and the thinking for young people by putting them in certain kind of environment, then we believe that we can at least minimize their actions towards crime and criminality. And those kind of interventions across national security, it's things like the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force. We have extended that tremendously throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. I think right now there are roughly about 72 schools involved in the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force, and it's spreading. And there's an intervention at the school level. I mentioned a while ago the things like Civilian Conservation Corps, the MILAD program. We have the Citizen Security program. Those are interventions, and of course the Police Youth Club. And let me just add also, because of the success of the Police Youth Club, we now have the Fire Service Youth Club, the Prison Service Youth Club. So you see the multiplier effect that's taken place.
Yes.
The multiplier effect is taking place right now. So of course, I now want to encourage the Defense Force to also go that way, to have Defense Force Youth Club also. Because if we can capture the minds of those young people and put them in those environments, what they see, an example in terms of the training and so on, most of them say, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a soldier, I want to be a fire officer, I want to be a prison officer. So that kind of intervention is taking place. Another program that's coming on stream right now is called the National Crime Prevention Program, and that's going to be launched just now. That's an intervention at the community level. It's going to be launched in a while. It's a program that deals with the community level, community involvement. It's what we call a bottoms-up approach. We have looked at empowering the 14 municipalities and Tobago. So at the community level, we treated issues that they have identified, putting into their areas. So once they identify those issues, the Crime Prevention Council at those municipalities will then shape those and see how best we can treat with them. They will then bring that up to what we call an interministerial committee. And we bring to bear in those communities, whether it's the Ministry of Public Utilities, Sport and Youth Affairs, Education, Social Development, Community Development, national security in what we call, and this is one of our policy documents, a whole of government approach. It was part of our manifesto, and this is going to be manifested in terms of that National Crime Prevention Program, which will be launched shortly.
We have another caller.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning to Sharon, to Bruce, and to Minister Dillon.
Good morning, madam.
Good to hear you, my Mr. Dillon. Mr. Dillon, I know that you are accustomed to being on the front line defending the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You are no ordinary minister of national security. Defending the people, putting your physical presence there, bodily. There was once a particular gentleman who threw out the idea of compulsory national service. You know, what do you think of that? And secondly, you know, people who don't follow their history are doomed to repeat it. There was a previous administration who got information and did not act on it from the special branch and so on, and there was serious consequences of not acting on the information from special branch by that particular administration. So if we don't learn from our history, we are doomed to repeat it. And I also want to send out my love and blessings to my special MP for her to get well soon. And we as God-fearing people or spiritual people, you don't have to be religious, so I want to send out blessings to her, healing from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet. One of the hardest working MPs, and with love for her constituents and her people of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to send my blessings to you, Mr. Minister Dillon, and we're going to keep up this fight, going to every nook and cranny, and this thing of compulsory national service maybe can be looked at. Blessings to you, sir. Bye.
Thank you very much, madam. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And let me also join with you in wishing my MP and my colleague, Marlene McDonald, a very speedy recovery. I also send the same thing to my brother, Maxie Coffee, up in Washington. Your question of national service, and you know you almost juxtaposed that with the question of history in your comments. And so I'll go back into history. You see, national service is something that had started. There was a whole white paper on national service in the late 60s, 70s by Dr. Eric Williams. Was he conceptualized then that national service is something that can contribute to the discipline, to our motto of discipline, production, and tolerance in Trinidad and Tobago. And your white paper was done on that, on national service in Trinidad and Tobago. And when it went out for public comment, there was so much different views in our society. Of course, Trinidad is a multicultural, multiracial, multi-religious society. And there were so many different views about compulsory national service that Dr. Eric Williams had to almost shelve the idea. He didn't abandon it, but he had to shelve the idea because there are so many views of why my son or my daughter should be compulsory to go into serve a national service. They should be a doctor, they should be a lawyer, they should be an engineer. Why should they serve? So the views at that time, was one that my son or my daughter will not be going into this compulsory service. If that, then I'll have to ship them out of Trinidad and Tobago. And so that was the debate at the time. Amazingly, Guyana took the same white paper study that we did and started national service in Guyana. And I think it's still going on, mine as on a limited scale right now. And they did that in Guyana. So that national service is something that has to be done based on a public sort of consultation, because public must be able to buy into national service. Because the state can't get up one day and say, we're going to ensure that your son or your daughter serve 2 years national service. It must be based on consultation. And the society must be ready. The society must be ready seeing what is happening to us, must be ready and come on board in their numbers and in their voices, so to do. And then we can move forward in certain national service in terms of ensuring that persons contribute 2 years or 3 years, whatever the time limit might be, to serve for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. So we have a caller from Tobago. Mrs. Crosby?
Yes, good morning, Sharon and Bruce, and good morning to the Honorable Minister for Security in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Dillon.
Good morning, ma'am.
Now, I was on an overseas line, Sharon, so I don't know if this topic went, but what I would like to find out
if we can get the hanging started back, because to have a deterrent. Some people feel it's not a deterrent, but to my opinion, if that person, the law is there, if that person is being treated according to the law, then he would not have committed another murder, rather than one person committed 6 murders. So this is my idea. They are saying it's not a deterrent, but if a foot ain't good, hand ain't good, a finger ain't good, you can't use it, get rid of it. And it wouldn't have to bother you. Okay?
Thank you very much.
I don't know what you think about that.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And let me say that the hanging is still on our books of laws of Trinidad and Tobago. But as you know, based on the Pratt and Morgan situation, those who are condemned have to exhaust all the appeals and so on. And if that is done within the 5-year time frame, then of course they can be dealt with accordingly. But they must be allowed to exhaust all the appeals and so on within that 5-year time frame. And we have to look at all issues throughout the whole judiciary and so on in terms of the time, trials and so on, and punishment and all those kind of things. So that it's still in our books, and I know that the Attorney General is looking at that in terms of how to go about treating with that issue of hanging and so on. That's in his domain, and he's looking at that, I can assure you.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning once again, Sharon.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas.
And a very pleasant morning to the Minister of National Security, the Member of Parliament for Port Fortin.
Good morning to you, sir.
And we met at the opening of the Carnage Fish Market last week, Saturday.
Oh, it was my pleasure so to meet you.
Yes. Yes, and I'm looking forward to continue to pray for you and your government in making sure that we bring this country back to normalcy. But my question is, the anti-gang bill was passed in the parliament recently. How soon are we going to see the implementation of that anti-gang bill where crime is concerned in Trinidad and Tobago? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments, Mr. Thomas. And I can tell you that the Commissioner of Police and especially his divisional commanders and so on, they are in fact working assiduously with respect to implementation of the Anti-Gang Act. I tell people, bear in mind that the Anti-Gang Act is not a retroactive act. You can't go back in time to say that you was a gang member yesterday and so on. You have to prove that you're a gang member today. So they are working on it. They've had discussion with the Director of Public Prosecutions, and that was to look at lessons learned from the state of emergency in 2011, where a number of people were arrested under the Anti-Gang Act. And we, of course, as a people, know what transpired. Right now, a number of them have won their case against the court and so on. So that they have gone to the DPP, sat down with him, looked at issues of this particular act, and see how best to execute that. In addition to that, and they did that all before the act was proclaimed, and they're still doing it, they have trained up a number of people, a number of officers in the Organized Crime and Intelligence Unit. That's the gang, that's the agency that will be pursuing the gangs and so on, together with the Special Branch, together with the Trinidad Defense Force in support. So that they are doing all that is necessary to ensure that we don't go down the same road, so that when we do make the arrest, when we do make the intervention, it's going to stand the test of justice in Trinidad and Tobago. And you will see that, you'll see it happening soon. I can assure you, and this again based on discussion with the Commissioner of Police and his divisional commanders and so on, that the Anti-Gang Act, once executed properly, will make a difference in Trinidad and Tobago. And we will see it happening soon.
Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
You need to lower down your radio, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Good morning, Sharon, and good morning to the Minister. Sharon,
yes?
I want to wish you a happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I really miss it. This is Ulrich here.
Ulrich?
Yes, my darling.
No, you throw me away.
No, I ain't throw you
so
away.
If the minister didn't come here today, I wasn't going to call.
Sharon, right now my finger have a hard spot trying to call you. I sent in texts, all kind of thing. I ain't hearing from you. I said, but I wonder if it is going on. I wonder if Olga, one of them, capture you or something. Yeah, I'm worried. I lost weight and all. I lost 5 pounds worrying.
Oh God, Ulrich, stop it.
But I want to wish you a happy belated birthday. You know, when your birthday come around, you know how we just do it.
Yes.
But I ain't see you as yet. But we'll talk one time. I want to Also, wish a speedy recovery to Miss McDonald, because regardless of what, she's a fighter. I like that woman too bad.
Yeah.
And to the goodly minister there, but I want to tell you about the experience. I went to a funeral last week Friday, and while in the funeral, I had a family member there got a phone call that her son was being arrested by police officers from the Mova division. So she called to find out what is the status of, of her son. And this was the language to the police.
Don't curse, eh? Don't curse.
No. I ain't cursing. This is the language from the police. What the F you're calling here for is an FN investigator. So, that shake up the family so bad she wasn't able to compose herself to the balance of the ceremony in the funeral. And it was so distasteful. So, Minister, I want to suggest to you that sometimes, instead of doing things above board, go undercover. Sometimes you self call the station pretending to get information and see the reaction you get, because a lot of people going through things like this, and all of that is what causing people not to have faith and trust in the police, and that is why they're having a bad name these days. Because I don't know what kind of training they get in the barracks there, but they're coming out here with a kind of venom that have the public eating them. Like, for instance, a ticket. Sometimes they don't have to get a ticket, but they so feel that they possess this power and they could do things that they're just doing things and causing the public to hate them. And they feel that anytime they arrest you, like they have a legal right to beat you and curse you and all these kind of different things. So, Melissa, besides all the other things that you're doing, this is one of the things that I would like you to keep in your psyche and do some undercover, not just do things above board. And you can read out a lot of them crooked cops. Have a blessed day. Sharon?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I love you.
All right, I love you too, Ulrich.
Have a good day.
Oh gosh, the phone not giving me a chance to call her. Good morning.
Well, I ain't giving you a chance at all. Good morning to the household.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Ulrich, I tried hard that now, and I can't get through, so don't go there at all. Now, hear me. Morning to Mr. Dillon.
Good morning, sir.
Good. A question I want to ask is, how all of a sudden it becomes so hard, right? We're taking to have an official police commissioner. All these years we just have people acting and we can't understand why. What does make it so hard all of a sudden? Could you tell me, please?
Most certainly.
All right.
It has to do with the process that was established with respect to the hiring and selection of a police commissioner. Right? And the process, when we came into power, we realized that we met acting police commissioner, been there since 2012, with several 6-month engagement. And my government attempted to reduce the process in terms of ensuring that at the end of the day, we can select a police commissioner. We met with some resistance from the opposition. In fact, the opposition moved the Minister of National Security away from the process and so on. And we went back to another process in terms of the selection of the police commissioner and deputy police commissioners. What we have realized in this last election process is that it was flawed. And you've heard our arguments in the parliament that the process was flawed in this last election. And if the process was flawed, then the outcome must be flawed. We believe that, and I think you have heard the Prime Minister said it some time ago, that we have to sit down and rethink this process. And it's one of the suggestions that came from the manpower audit from Professor Desaran and his committee, that we have to relook the whole process, not just continue along at the same vein, but look at, re-examine this process and see whether it's really producing what is required to hire or select the commissioner of police and deputy police commissioners. And we have seen that over the years, it has not given us what we desire. And therefore, we have to sit down, but we have to ensure that we have everybody on board. The government and the opposition must be on board to ensure that we review that process and introduce one that is beneficial to our society, to our people.
All right. Now, all you bear with me, eh? I am trying to work magic here. Caller?
Yes, Ms. Felix.
Working some magic because we must get calls.
Your magic is working. Mr. Minister, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
And thank you for being here. Now, we outlined to me, KMG did a process that the purpose of hiring KMG. You is a PLM and Sharon is a UNC and all you're working for the police, the authority that hired KPNG. Therefore, the purpose of hiring KPNG is that none of you all, none of you all will be picking a police commissioner. And apparently, after KPNG sent their proposal, the police service or welfare commissioner, whatever you call them,
Police Service Commission,
picked out this gentleman apparently to be police commissioner, which to me was wrong. That is why the process came wrong. But you know what's my issue this morning? According to the gentleman, the conduct of the police officer. I saw just recently in a mall, a police officer was shot by another police officer and died because of the bullet the officer was using. I have seen nothing come out of that, Mr. Minister. I have seen recently where we bought some cameras to put on police officers, and just recently, sometime this week, they went in a young man's home, a 19-year-old or 17-year-old, and he was shot also by the police officers. And I'm saying if they were wearing these cameras, we would have seen what transpired in the home of that man. And we heard the after the arrest of these so-called gang members, we heard the Chief Justice said that they came with threadbare evidence. So I'm hoping now with this redone of this bill, how do you call it, anti-gang legislation. I would hope that the police, when they do their job, that they won't be before the Chief Justice and he be saying the same thing, that the evidence they bring us threadbare, that we won't have to be paying. Because apparently we have to pay, there was 9,000 of them or 7,000 of them. Apparently we might have to pay all of them a substantial sum of money. So I hope that the police, when they carry out their duties next time, will be a little more diligent, that they won't carry threadbare evidence again. So could you look into this matter with these cameras and things for me, Mr. Minister? Thank you very much.
Most definitely. And I know that the police commissioner is right now attempting, not in the process of purchasing additional cameras. So thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you very much, boy. I had to work some miracles here today. But I'll see you watching, and I know you have to go just now. Yeah? Trinidad and Tobago, I'm so happy that our Minister of National Security came, and I gave you all the opportunity. I know we didn't take enough calls because my phone, Bruce's phone, going crazy. Even, let me take this call. Gad Sinclair calling. Hi, Gad.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Sharon.
Morning.
Good morning, Minister. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Gad. How are you?
But I'm still glad to hear you on you're still on a friendly frequency, so it's okay. I'll wait my turn.
Yes, God, I will promise you that I will be there.
Sharon, I want to tell you something. There's not very many ministers I can say this about, but I had the experience of working under Mr. Dillon and the military, and I can tell you, he's one of the most genuine people that I've ever worked with. I'm not making this, I'm not saying this out there, anything else but the truth. He's really a genuine soul, and you know, sir, I want to really wish you all the best and Godspeed. I know it's not an easy task for you right now for you, but you will do it, and we will wait until you're ready to come in our direction. Sharon?
Yes, God.
Thank you very much, dear.
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you very much, God, and all the best to you and your lovely wife.
Minister, one question I have to ask. In terms of the KPMG and the selection of the police commissioner and the PSC, the Police Service Commission, in my mind, right? In my mind, I feel, this is me feeling, I feel something about the KPMG, the opposition, something bothering me there. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to express it, but something is bothering me between there and there. Something is bothering me between those two elements.
Well, again, those are the elements in the process. It's KPMG that make the recommendation, the assessment, and it goes to the Police Service Commission, who then do what they have to do. But at the end of the day, I can assure you that the process that was implemented on this occasion was flawed by our examination and by our understanding. It was flawed, and therefore we could not, as a government, support the outcome. Flawed process equals flawed outcome.
I hear you. Wendell Eversley.
Yeah, good morning, Minister.
Good morning, Wendell. How are you?
I'm fine. Minister, the first I must say I wish the Marley McDonald a speedy recovery, and I join the rest of the committee, and especially for my party, the COP, that she will recover, a speedy recovery, because we know the stress go through with the work. And I do hope that God be with her this time and bring her out safely so that she could continue her duty. Minister, this morning you talked about the ISIS, not the ISIS, the Muslim, and they asked about the for that apology from the Prime Minister, and you said he's the head of the National Security Council, which is true, which you also are a member of the National Security. But what is troubling, Minister, in the Senate for Foreign Affairs Committee yesterday in the United States, you know, when they appoint ambassadors, then they have to go through a drill to different country. And here they the ambassador for Trinidad, who Trump picked for Trinidad, Joseph Mondiano. He told the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee that if confirmed, he would seek help from federal agency to reduce the rate of ISIS recruitment in Trinidad and Tobago.
I saw it this morning.
And which that is very frightening, Minister. He went further and he said that 135 members of Trinidad and Tobago, a small country where he said we have a small Muslim community, which is true, right? And then he said that the rate that we reduced in recruiting ISIS per capita in the Western Hemisphere. And then the Minister, we know what took place in 1990, and as always say, it was you all who saved the day when I know that while I was a hostage in Parliament 1990, the police run, right? And you play a very important part because you was in a leadership role in 1990 in saving Trinidad and Tobago. Minister, when we hear things like this, and then we hear what the chairman Marco Rubio said that he will make sure that we get federal agency to work together with the government of the day, which I presume that not everything you all will tell the population, but you all on top of the game when it comes into the country national security. Because when you look at the recommendations from the Commission of Inquiries, right, I don't know if Chapter 12 is being implemented, because the chairman said we should treat that Chapter 12 urgently. And we're talking about securing the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And when we hear things like this coming out from the United States Senate committee, right, about the recruit, I do hope, Minister, that you work hand in hand, because this is a very frightening situation in a small country of Trinidad and Tobago. I will listen to you off the air.
Thank you very much, Wendell.
Thanks a lot for your comment. Let me say that terrorism is an international phenomenon. It isn't one that is jurisdictional in terms of belong to Trinidad and Tobago alone. It's international in scope and in application. And Trinidad and Tobago as a country, as part of a state in the world, we have our share of persons, and the fact that we have persons from Trinidad and Tobago who have gone to Syria and gone to participate in the ISIS phenomenon. The numbers confirmed has not been confirmed, but we have an average of roughly about one something that's families and adults. All right, some of them have died outside there, so the numbers may have been reduced considerably. But the fact is that because of the nature of terrorism, which, as I mentioned, is international in scope and so on, there's a network of international allies that must come together. And Trinidad and Tobago relies and Trinidad and Tobago has been and continues to be relating to our international partners in treating with the whole phenomenon of terrorism. So we talk to our international partners, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and even France, and we have now reached out to the Netherlands also, and we've had some discussion with Germany. Because this phenomenon touches almost all the other countries. And therefore, we have to come together as a world interaction manner to treat those issues. So we talk to the United States, and we have been doing that not today. We have been doing that from time immemorial. We've had a relationship with the United States from ever since, and they have had some experience in dealing with terrorism. And so we talk with them. In fact, we have been talking to the Americans with the whole phenomenon countering violent extremism, which is a preventative measure, preventing people from going into or adopting this radicalization, the countering violent extremism. We have been talking to the United States. They have come in, they have shared some experience with us. We've been talking to the Hidayah group from Europe. We've been talking to the United Kingdom. We've been talking to the Commonwealth associations and Canada. So we talk to other international partners who have had the experience in terms of countering violent extremism. And we treat with that as a matter of state to state. So there's always that kind of interaction and treating with the whole phenomenon of terrorism. And we will continue so to do. So that if it is that the Americans, and we have been, as I said, we have been talking with them, so that the new ambassador coming on he'll be, of course, carrying out the same policies. I don't think he's going to stop that. He's going to continue the dialogue, continue this discussion, continue those conversations, so that we can get some best practices, we can get some assistance to treat the issue of terrorism. For instance, let me tell you, for us to get an understanding as to Trinidad and Tobago nationals, whether they're in Iraq, or Syria, or Turkey, we have to rely on international partners because we do not have diplomatic ties with those countries. We do not have an embassy in those areas so that we can tell our embassy staff, tell us what's happening on the ground, give us some information on the ground. We have to rely on the international partners because they have the connections, they have the intelligence, they have the embassies in those areas. So we rely on them to a large extent to give us the kind of information, the kind of confirmation, the kind of intelligence to treat with our citizens who are found in those areas and so on. So that's the sort of connection we have. Information sharing, intelligence sharing. We go and at the international partners to assist us in those regards.
All right, so Minister, this is our last caller because I know you have to go. Zina?
Yes, good morning. Good morning to Sharon and Bruce again, and a pleasant morning to the Minister.
Good morning to you.
Mr. Minister, there's a caller who asked a question and she took the wind out of my sail, and I heard you answered her. That is about the national service. You see, I listened to what you said, and I think sometimes the countries need not just what the people want, but sometimes what is good for them. And I feel our country has been going down a road where I think it's something that has to be put into law, whether the parents like it or not. That is what I think. Germany had that policy, and I think it's still on, that anybody coming out of school goes into 2 years national service and learns something. Whether you become learn how electrician, masonry, whatever. But I think, and if you all don't want to implement that service, look at the way, to go the way of a boot camp, because too many youths are idling, sitting down by street corners when the day comes. And the devil would always find work for idle hands. So we have to work along with, securing the course a little more and doing all what you all have to do. I think that the devil find work for idle hands. And Minister, I think that so far you have been doing a good job. I pray that you have health and strength and to continue that job, because no matter what you do, people will find that you ain't doing enough. And many people try to, as well as we saw lately, to get you out of that job. So you continue to do what you're doing. We out here will try to work along with you, but I still feel give that topic about boot camp a serious thought. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thanks for your comments.
Minister, I was just called by a very prominent listener of this station. He said, Minister, I have to do a part 2. This is not enough. So I know he had promised me to come, and he didn't want to delay the promise. So he came today, and we'll make arrangement. I'm sure, Minister, today is Saturday and you feel very comfortable. I know you're coming back.
Very much comfortable, Sharon.
Right.
You provide a very comfortable environment.
Thank you. So I'll ask you to come back another day, but it have to be a Sunday, because I want to get a little more out of you. This kind of 1 hour not enough for these callers here. It's too many. Oh gosh, they quarreling with me. So I want to assure them we'll make arrangements for another day.
There's a famous statement by General MacArthur. He said, "I shall return," and I will make that statement to you, Sharon. I shall return.
So, Mr. Chance, you heard it.
Yes.
He shall return. We'll make that arrangement, and I want to publicly thank Minister Hines, That's my agent, you know.
I know.
And he's locked on and listen. That's my agent. He says, Sharon, I'll get them one by one for you, and he's doing a very good job. Thank you, Minister Hines. So, Minister, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come with us this morning. I do appreciate it. I know you know I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yes, and I want to tell you you're welcome at any time. I see my friend calling me from over. Avis. I don't know. She must want to talk. Avis, call me quick. She's calling from Pennsylvania. And I want to thank you again and again and again. And of course, we'll make arrangements for you to come back another day, because there's a lot of information and a lot of discussion we must have on the issue of crime and, you know, the security of our nation. And I too want to congratulate you with the way you're doing things. I don't care what nobody say, because crime is not something you can solve today and tomorrow. You can't go into the minds of people and know what they're going to do, you know? And I want to congratulate you. Keep on the ground so that you understand what is happening. Avis, you're not calling me, man. Look, your partner calling. Look, let me lay it up to that so that we're taking the last call. Yes, Miss New Village, because I know if I didn't take this call, if I didn't take this call, she'd have fixed me.
Yes, of course, and she's very good at that.
I love Mr. Dillon.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
Greetings to you, my dear.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate this venture this morning. I thank God that in spite of what anybody say, I just tell them I don't swear for nobody, but I hold you in high esteem.
I know that.
You know, when I'm so angry, I could be a little rough.
Well, that's
I love you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I love you with the love of the Lord, and I pray for you continually. Continue doing the things that you do. Be honest. And Sharon, I thank you. Sharon, I know you're feeding up, but you know it's me honest. I love you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. I know you have the support. Point 14. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Avis, before you die in Pennsylvania, talk to your MP. You there?
Sharon?
Yes, Avis, you're on.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning to my countryman and my minister. I had to get in this morning just to thank him for all the wonderful job he's doing in our area. And Sharon, you'll be able to explain or confirm how you pronounce my last name. But you can say it is Abby Chester. Okay?
Hi, how you going? Good to hear from you, man. This is a countryman. We grew up together. That's good. Good to hear from you. Yes, well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Good.
Boy, she would have get sick. So, Minister, you see why you have to come back? You're loved on this station. You have to come back.
I have to return.
Right.
As I said, I shall return. But let me thank you very much, Sharon. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here this morning to talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago on issues of national security. As I mentioned, national security is something that touches each and every one of us. There's never a day that you can get up and not see in the print or electronic media or here in the buses and the maxi taxis and the square, whatever, a discussion of national security. It touches each. It's always a topic of national security on every day, I can tell you that. And so it's something that touches each and every one of us. And in such a way, if we had to treat the issues of crime and violence in Trinidad and Tobago, we must come together as a country, as a society, as a community to treat with those issues of crime. Because, as I said, it's multidimensional in scope, but it's also multidimensional in application as how do we treat with solutions and so on. We have to. That's the only way forward. But I challenge Trinidad and Tobago society. Let us bring forward and develop a generation of spiritually conscious young people. Let us reinstitute our value system of what is right and wrong. And I believe if we do that, we will see a country of Trinidad and Tobago that we once and we will continue to have peace, security, and stability, where we all can enjoy what is Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you all very much. Thank you very much for the listeners. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the comments. I have taken them on board, and as much as possible, we'll implement them. Thanks a lot, and do have a wonderful and blessed day. And again, Eid Mubarak to our Muslim brothers.
Thank you, my dear.
But let me end by saying to my Point 14 constituents, we turned the sod from Mahika Oval recently. We've seen the hospital coming on stream, the highway from Point 14 to San Fernando. Remember, I say Point 14 to San Fernando. I do not say San Fernando to Point 14.
Point 14
from Point 14 to San Fernando is coming on stream. And we will see Point Fortin getting what it deserved. Also, the fire station is coming on stream. Those are the issues that germane to Point Fortin people. Yeah. And I can assure you, as the MP for Point Fortin, let me extend my thanks and appreciation for all the support, understanding that time sometimes doesn't permit me to get down to Point Fortin as often as I can based on the ministry that I lead, but I try my best to do so. As much as possible, I thank my members of Point Fortin for your support and for your understanding. And I'm going to assure you, we will see and receive what we done to the people of Point Fortin. Thank you all very much for the wider society of Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, guys. Bear with me. We'll be back. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's 8:43 a.m. Today is the 15th of June 2018, and I want to really thank Minister Edmund Dillon for gracing us with his presence today. And I know he's a busy man. Leave here, he have something else to go. He rush off to go, you know. So, and I want to say it. I want to say it. I want them get jealous. So he came by us first, and he will go by the rest after. Good morning, John Wayne Benoit. God Sinclair, morning. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for, calling in and asking your questions. You are very, very, very nice audience this morning. And, of course, listenership. We want to thank you all very much. Ulrich and all of you all, thank you very much for your questions. You see, Bruce and Director and myself, we say when people come here, we don't want to bore them with a set of question. We want you, the listeners out there, to ask your questions so that you understand. Dwayne O'Connor. Dwayne.
Darling, I don't know really how you feeling, but I think it's time we should start up this romancing. Let me go down the road and sit down by the school and love her. We can talk about the day, how it all passed away and love her. We can sing, we can dance, and then all of we prance still love her. Do come, let me go down the road and love her.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, man. Every woman deserves a good body. Every woman should have a good body. Every woman deserves a good body. Every woman should have a good body.
Anyhow, let me apologize to the Round Table audience this morning. Oh God, we had to do this. This was important to us, our program. We had to do this. This is a plus for us, so they don't understand, you know. So the roundabout is going on now until 9 o'clock. I ain't saying nothing much.
5 to 9.
I mean 5 to 9, 5 to 9. I ain't saying nothing much. That's not me afraid. But let me just say good morning to Dwayne O'Connor. And I understand Dwayne he's supposed to go to LA to represent Trinidad and Tobago, the culture. You understand what I'm saying? And people only don't stifle the man. Let the man go now. The man representing Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, man. Our culture, all you want us to see. You want to kill the culture? Why is that? Hey! Well, that reminds me of the soul. Oh, God, sorry. All right.
I can't play it, but you want to say it?
We had to send that tune in private for Mommy Sauce.
Mommy Sauce, girl, I'm a tune there, Papa. I'm going to send it for you now.
Mommy Sauce, that will wake you up for the obedience structure immediately. Anyhow, guys, Titans of Democracy, Mommy Sauce in collaboration with the Street 919 FM presents Big People Party. Sunday, 8th of July 2018 on board the luxurious Sea Champion. Boarding by the Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, Ryson Road. 1 p.m. when we sail at 2 and returning at 5. Music by DJ Bruce Wayne, Memphis International, and many more of the street DJs. Tickets cost only $100 and are available at the Street 919 FM office right here, 56A Marval Road in Port of Spain. Mommy Sauce Mova Junction, 7532-175. Louise in Faizabad, 354-8654. Village, 379-3728. Yours truly, Sharon Felix, 726-4685. And remember, you call 787-1571 for your t-shirt size and color. And of course, if you call us early, we can deliver your tickets for you. Remember to wear your Titan t-shirt and come let me jam. No glass bottles allowed, no oversized coolers.
Makes me do a number.
And of course, Bruce Wayne is here.
Stay righty.
You send the tune for Mommy Sauce?
Yes. Mommy Sauce, check your phone, check your WhatsApp.
Oh God. So people get your tickets. Mommy Sauce said the tickets going fast and furious. And remember, the 30th of June, at the end of this month, it's barbecue time. Fundraiser at the Quasi Sawa, the promenade. Delivery will be done there. So you need to get your tickets. Call me for your tickets. I have to drop off some tickets to Mommy Sauce for you. Gosh, every day I'm saying that. And it's up the road. Meeting here, meeting there. So Trinidad and Tobago, get yourself ready.
Up my waist, my body good, you wanna bet me for a pace. You wanna hold me down and lock me up for days. Oh yeah, yeah, I want you, and I could tell you want me to. I feel you, I could feel your love and pushing through. Just say you want me to. You need to. You wind up on me. You push up on me.
Everybody drinking. Who cares what they thinking? Bruce Wayne. It's Friday. Total disorder. Don't cross the border. Bartender, hurry up with my order. Boy, the whole place get turned over. Can't pay myself if you powder. Everybody know every time we touch down.
Give me some. Ronnie, honey.
Yes, honey.
How are you? You live?
Am I alive?
Yeah, man.
How things?
Things good, and you done get you done order your t-shirts and you get your tickets.
Right. And I everybody only calling here and giving you too much love on that radio there and I'm getting mad. You remember yesterday I tell you about my your birthday gift?
Yes.
And you remind me when I leave in.
Oh gosh. That ain't
I
nothing.
told you that yesterday.
Yes.
Your live it ain't gonna be late.
All right, don't worry. But I'm by the station, so come down by the station and meet me now. Eh?
Sharon, I'm tired up. Trust me, I'm tired up.
All right, honey. You enjoy the day.
Okay, you too, Alan.
All right.
Right.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, of course, let me say good morning to Angie. Good morning to Village Deep South. Good morning to everybody. And guys, we're getting ready to leave here. Let me take this overseas call. Caller, good morning. Hello.
Morning, Sharon and Brucey.
Morning, Malcolm and Gemma.
Yeah, Gemma lie down there with one foot tied up there, doping up herself with some pills there.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
She will feel better.
She lay down there, she had some pain yesterday, but she kind of cool this morning.
All right.
Yeah, I know you director hiding from 1285, you know. She have him in check. Mommy Sauce can't find him, boy. Oh God, Mommy Sauce can't find director at all. Director hiding all under the table. 1285. I'm glad you have him in check, baby.
All right, darling.
But Sharon.
Yes, hon.
Listen. You come and you take over the roundabout this morning.
Yeah,
you're sounding relaxed and happy today.
Well, yeah, but boy, I had to do. We had to give way for the minister because you know.
I know. But you relax today. I'm glad you're relaxed today.
All right,
Gemma, lie down here listening to you all.
All right, but we gotta go. All right, the daily word for today is attitude. I express an enthusiastic, positive, and joyful attitude. There may be days when I feel as though I am merely showing up in the world and not truly living. Yet when I develop a deeper connection to the divine spirit within me, my attitude cannot help but shift. My spiritual nature is reflected outward and becomes the face I share with everyone I meet. Do I find myself having to wait for an appointment or another person? I do so calmly and with a smile. I am stuck in a traffic jam. This is an opportunity to practice breathing deeply as I affirm. As a spiritual being, peace is inherent in my being. The attitude I choose to express during trying times will make all the difference. I am an expression of God. With this knowledge, I fully embrace a positive attitude. Let the same mind be in you that was in Christ Jesus. Philippians 2:5. Trinidad Tobago, this is where we leave it for today. I'm sorry about your roundabout table, but it will be back. We're gone.
Ciao. To the world, thestreet919fm.com.
The Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James is now on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday. The Bible says the Gospel of the Kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. For more info, call 652-0924 or 298-4540 and join us every second and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. Monday for the Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James.
Are you ready? Prime Entertainment presents Dub Splash.
The ultimate, all-inclusive reggae poolside party.
Coming soon.
Are you ready?
I want to play $5 on mints, $2 on nuts, and $10 on switching.
Police, hands up. Betting here is illegal. We shutting down this place. And you under arrest too.
Officer, I didn't do anything wrong. I just lined up the player, man.
And that makes you a criminal. Whether you're running illegal way or playing it, you could be charged or sent to jail.
Don't serve the time for joining the wrong line. So play the right way. Only at NLCB Lottery Centers.
Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly. Family Vibe BNL Production presents Recall Whole Board Rockin' Saturday, June 16, 2018. We on board Sea Champion. Boarding time 6 p.m. Sailing 7 p.m. Request Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain. Whole Board Rockin'. Recall DJs for the night. Brown Sugar and Fraggles. Pectolary and Legend. Demolition Sound 3.0. Tickets cost $200. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your cooler, bring your team, bring your friends. It's all about family vibe. P&L Production. For tickets, call Listra 775-9862. Paula 765-9664. Shelly 460-5979. Rhonda 304-0160. Smiles 475-8072. Celine 294-3363. Boarding time 6 p.m. Sailing 7 p.m. Breakfast Shed. Rice Road, Port of Spain. We on board the Sea Champion. Father's Day weekend. Saturday, June 16.
We are come to change nothing on the street. We just adding something to the pavement. We cater for everybody. So from Sunday 2 to 4 p.m. a sports talk show from the sidelines. That is what we calling the show, From the Sideline.
Oh my God, an insane goal! Well, there's the link.
The Live Wire. Who? Jason Shields. Yes, the Live Wire. You used to know me as the director. Now as the Live Wire. Me and Johnny and me. All sports, local, international, real talk, old talk, sports talk. You can't get nowhere else but From the Sideline. This Sunday, June 3rd, 2 to 4 in the afternoon on the 919.
Oh, game over! Game over!
The night before the Labor Day holiday, Monday, 18th June. Circle of Friends in collaboration with Young Guns and Robert Fialva Entertainment presents Get Naked at Sea Part 2. On board the Sea Champion in South, boarding 10, sailing 11 p.m. sharp. And we boarding from the King's Wharf in San Fernando. Yo, look out for 3 top DJs, Universal Young Guns, Starbright, and of course, DJ Diego. I'm coming to share the place with my brothers then. Tickets are only $200. To get those tickets, call Ricky 313-6896, Kimo 367-3924, or Robert 472-8969. Get those tickets NOW. Check Facebook for more details. No glass bottles allowed unless it's champagne. Monday, 18th June. Get Naked at Sea Part 2. Southside, get ready.
Prevent Obesity in Youth Worldwide presents the 3rd annual Cardiac Burn at the Queen's Park Savannah opposite TGIF this July 7th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. For more info, call 495-4063 or 348-4305 or email us at preventobesityinyouth@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at Promoting Wellness and Preventing Obesity in Youth or our website at www.preventobesityinyouth.com. So come out on July 7th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's the 3rd annual Cardiac Burn. The Street 919 FM is an official sponsor of this event.
Real.
I want the truth.
Straight.
You can't handle the truth.
And fair.
I seek righteousness.
The official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
World has been in chaos. Every day, people suffer from different problems. Countless families are being destroyed by addictions. Sicknesses are oppressing people's lives. Financial difficulties are suffocating the economy, and problems seem to have no solution. People are looking desperately for a way out without finding it. Today, everything can change. Don't give up your life. You are now tuning into the Finding Answers program.
Stand before in your presence today. The troubles I face sometimes put me down, but your word says to me, I can overcome. I just need to believe, because to be defeated, to be destroyed, it's not for me. I made my choice, so I need your power to overcome, because I am born to conquer. That's why I say I will never give up, I will never give in. I will fight till the end until I win. At least in my way, I will never fail. I say no one can take my faith away, because I am born to conquer. I'm born to conquer, hey. 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 You stand before in your presence today. The troubles I face sometimes put me down, but your word says to me I can overcome. I just need to believe, because to be defeated, to be destroyed, it's not for me. I made my choice, so I need your power to overcome, because I am more to conquer. That's why I say I will never give up, I will never give in. I will fight till the end until I